The following content contains adult language and humor that is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Cash Money can put this change in my piggy bank any day.
Big man does it!
Boogie.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to this Wednesday edition of Pacific Forum 4 Pop Talk. Along with Baron Norman Tag, Cash Money 007, I am your host, Mike, and tonight we have a few articles to discuss while we're here with you on both the YouTube channel and Rumble channel. We're also on Baron Norman Tag's Fandom Legacy and the Phantom Hooligans, operated by Cash Money 007.
It is.
But, yes.
Wow.
And of course, I'm sure some of you are wondering, what is it with the title, Mike? Especially the one, Are Star Wars Fans Racist? Well, considering what Amanda Steinberg had said recently about Star Wars fans, and also one of her co-stars, it begs the question, are we racist? Is it just Hollywood gaslighting us once again? Well, we are going to read an article tonight, and we're going to give our opinion, as we always do. But first, before we give our opinion on that, and also the question as to whether or not VR is coming to the successor to the Nintendo Switch, cranky old fans, Baron Norman Tag and Cash Money 007, how are you cranky buggers doing?
I'm cranky. How do I sound now?
Cranky.
Okay, but the microphone sounds better than it did before?
It sounds clear and cranky.
Okay, good. I did some changes in there. I was having issues. It's called Bill Gates trying to silence me. Silence me, I tell you.
Dang it, Bill.
Doggone it. But I got
Take
through.
it easy, man.
I am easy. Well, that could be taken wrong, or could be taken right too. All depends on what you look like.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that from Baron.
No, ladies. Hear that, ladies? There's no gentleman about it. No gentleman.
Well, you never know. They might say, "Hey, Baron, I've got a nice cigar here. You want the cigar?"
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
It is. Sorry. If it's a manual, I don't go for it. I only go for the automatics.
So, anyways, you cranky old buggers, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Doing all right.
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. Finding articles for, well, just in case we needed backup ones, but also for a certain Norwegian. I was kind of busy with that and being inundated with, I don't know, life. Don't talk to me about life. Brain the size of a planet.
Well, I do want to say before we do get into any shenanigans tonight and also talking about the articles, I do want to let everybody who is in Florida right now bracing for the impact of Hurricane Milton. I want you all to know that we are with you. And if you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Yeah, we know a lot of people uh, in Florida. A lot of streamers are in Florida.
Mhm.
We haven't seen her much, but Rough Girl, of course, Snorter Poopus Q Barrer in his human suit. They're over there. So, and a few others.
Pops,
I mean, Pops. Yep. So
Age
yeah.
Boomer's one of them as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are in our community, and if there's any way we can help, if the call is sent out, let us try any way, and I'm any way, and even if it's prayers, thoughts, because this economy, that country's been that not country, but that well, it's almost its own country. It seems like sometimes, uh, but that state has now been hit twice with it.
Mhm.
And I'm sure those $750 loans that are coming from the government that many get rejected is going to help greatly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just saw a video yesterday where there was a mayor of a town near Asheville, and his daughter didn't have flood insurance in her home, and the most she was getting from FEMA was $300.
Yeah. $300.
How is that
Is it?
supposed to help anybody?
Yeah. Honestly, this is disgusting, people. We're not taking care of our own.
We have
I mean,
places around here that are accepting donations and people that are taking time to go and help. But our own government's only offering 750, and there are people that aren't even getting that. Some are only getting 300, some are being rejected
mhm,
when they've already lost everything.
right. Yeah, I mean, and this doesn't sound callous. It's not, but really, our tax money goes to the government. What is our government's main job? To care for its people.
Mhm.
That's how it came about. It came about when you had, people coming together, making small communities, back in when we're banging stones on stuff. And then that grew, and now you needed to have that community protect you from maybe another one that wants to raid you or animals or whatever. But the central core is your basically city state, your country, your city. It doesn't matter. When you get your taxes taken from you, and yeah, I mean that taken from you. I'm not fully a taxation and theft kind of guy, because there are legitimate taxations out there. But when they're taking our money at gunpoint, yeah, try not to pay your taxes and see what happens. Right?
Mhm.
I don't care if you declare yourself a sovereign nation. The government is supposed to use that money to help us. And anybody out there, secondly,
Mhm.
I'm so anti foreign aid right now because of what the last 3.5 years, almost 4 years, has done.
I'm so against it right now because we have people in our own country who desperately need it right now. That
Exactly.
funding right now to rebuild roads, to get help out to the people who have been affected by storms, who will be affected by Milton. And let's not forget, there's another one that could possibly form after Milton, Nadine.
Right.
And if you've looked at the radar for this storm, it has spawned a second storm.
Oh, sweet, wonderful, beautiful. Just what I'm sure everybody wants to hear. But you know what? That happens in our world. And that's why a nation needs to gather together and take care of themselves. When people were saying America first, it wasn't talking about being isolationists. No, It means that we're thinking of ourselves first, because if we can't take care of our own, we can't take care of anybody else.
Nope.
This is what MAGA means. Make America Great Again. It means making our, yeah, we do want to roll back the clock, back to a time when we took care of our own people.
And, someone might say, well, what do you care about this storm, Mike? I care about it because just like those down in Florida who are dealing with it right now, I live in an area that has been threatened and harmed by hurricanes.
Yeah.
Whenever this time of year comes, especially right now, because this is where it all ramps up, you're always looking at the weather report.
Mm-hmm. I mean, right now I have a video up, kind of watching. It's Weather Chasers, and then they're in.
You're muffled, Bear.
Oh, how's this now?
Better.
Okay, I guess I got to stay closer to my microphone. But no, I mean, I'm looking at this, and no, it's just starting, and it already looks bad. They're saying that so much rain's going to drop in Florida in certain places. Miami could be, and this is no joke. I was watching this morning. Miami could be underwater.
Mm-hmm. They're talking about areas of Tampa and Orlando being underwater.
Yeah, this is a Cat 5 hurricane.
At one point, it was downgraded to Cat 4, and then I saw a report that it was back up to a Category 5.
Yep. And it built up fast. It's like, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Helena might have been bigger, size-wise, but this one is, even though it's smaller, it's more powerful.
And what is scary, when you watch the radar, is that just like Matthew back in 2016, it looks like a damn skull.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's scary.
That is ominous, you might say.
Yeah. We felt the effects of Matthew after it hit Florida back in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, we have an area where I live where, because of Helene and how big that storm was, homes were washed away on the beach.
Yeah.
Literally washed away. There's video out there.
Mm-hmm. And you know what FEMA said? They said, fuck you.
FEMA doesn't care.
Of course not.
And the reason I say that is because $750 does not go far in this economy. I don't care what anybody tells you. It does not go far when you look at the price of gas. You look at the price of food. You look at the price of having to stay at a hotel. Keep in mind, some of the people that are down there right now may be in a hotel. They may have to go to a hotel after all is said and done.
Right. Which we used to help take care of for the people at one time.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Zelensky needs this more. In other places out there need this more. And Palestine needs this money. They're so needing of it over us. And then
right now, I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian. I don't care about your political allegiance. Right now, as a citizen of this country, we should all keep our eye on Florida and hope they get out of this better than anticipated.
And that question that was asked of you, what do we care about the hurricane? Simple. Why do we care about it? I go back to my original statement. A government's made to take care of everybody. We have 50 states to take care of from the federal government. And of course, the states have their own local government to help take care of their state. That's why. They're us. They're our brothers. They are our sisters. We might not agree with them. We might have poke fun at them, but they're still our family. This is where we get their back. We were there to support them. I don't care if it's North Carolina. I don't care if it's Georgia. I don't care if it's Florida. Any of those places. When this stuff happens, America first. Our people, our brothers and sisters first over everybody else.
Yeah.
And if you want to call that isolationism, you are a damn moron.
Yep. And
And
another
selfish
question
greed-
someone can ask, and this is my answer. If I had to evacuate, would I? No. I've done it before, and I'll never do it again. I will stay put. I will take my chances. I understand by saying that. I understand by doing that. I am taking a risk. But I would rather just stay where I'm at, take my chances, than get on a highway and be traveling for hours and hours, trying to find a hotel, trying to find gas, trying to find food at a grocery store that hasn't already been plugged by the folks who already live in that town. Believe me, for those who have evacuated for this storm or any other storm in the past, it's a bitch when you evacuate.
Yeah. And then when you're gone, what's going to happen? Are the looters going to get your place? You come back to nothing, a ripped up house, and things that meant a lot to you. I'm talking about sentimentally. Gone. That violation after nature bends you over.
Mhm. I mean, the storms I've been through that have come to my area, we've had a tree hit the house once. Luckily, it didn't do any serious damage, but it did enough damage where we did have to get the roof repaired.
Mhm.
Then another one. I was talking with my mother at the time in her room, and I just saw her expression. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. We had a tree in our backyard come within inches of hitting her bedroom window. I was standing by that bedroom window.
No, I suppose that got your attention. I'm not being flippant with that, but
yeah.
it leads to
Yeah.
the seriousness of this, you know?
I looked at her eyes, and she had her glasses on. I saw the reflection of the tree in her eyes. So I moved.
Yeah. You thank God for that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
serious. But this is sad. I mean, it kind of pissed me off. You know, I'm not anti-Jewish at all. You know, when I was hanging out with my Jewish friends, we'd be kibitzing back and forth, making fun of each other. You know, even doing ethnic jokes with each other because you know what? We grew up in the fucking 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing behind it. But you know, I actually really got pissed off a little bit because I'm sitting there and the commercial comes around and they're begging us to donate food and stuff to go to Israel. And I'm thinking to myself, I know you guys are having a hard time over there, but there's a ton of our money already going over there for those exact same purposes.
Yes.
How dare you ask us right now? It was like when I think it was Guatemala, or I can't remember. One of the places had an earthquake back in the late 90s. Bad one, right? And we send money down there. And you know what their response to the United States was to our and being generous aid to them? They said they were insulted. They expected more from us. And then people started putting up donation boxes around where I was working at. I walked by and said, no, fuck you. You already shown us how ungrateful you are to us. Why should I continue to give more money to you to be that way?
I mean, let's be serious here, guys. because we are being serious right now. We haven't even gotten into any of our topics for tonight because, honestly, talking about this impending hurricane that's going to hit the Florida area is far more important.
Yes.
Right.
But I'd rather donate to a local charity instead of a national charity.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't trust the Red Cross. I
Yeah.
do not.
And we should
But
be
the
able
only
to
way-
trust. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, the one I do trust is Salvation Army. They've always seemed to be good, and they don't. And unlike the Red Cross, where when they go out there, they're like FEMA. You're expected to pay back what they gave you. Salvation Army doesn't. They just go in and do their thing and go out, and of course, then they're bad mouthed, of course, because they're a religious organization. But they don't allow certain things in their stores because, well, they're a religious organization.
Mm-hmm.
So they're criticized about it. And our tax money's at work here. FEMA had a big Zoom call with people, and they were saying about how these disasters affect the LGBTQ at whatever more than anybody else.
It affects everybody equally.
Why is my tax money's going for that meeting? That's ridiculous. It's like the New York Times had, I think it was the Times or whatever, had the joke of the one area goes, storm hits, disaster happens, women and children and minorities greatly affected. It's like, no. This affects everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Enough of that bullshit. The identity, trying to slide in identity politics into this. How dare you? Not to sound like Greta Thunberg, but how dare you? You're an American. What? The guy who's pretending to be women is not getting the tampon, so he's been affected? Honest to God. Get out of your narcissistic fucking bubble already. This is everybody, not you. Not just you.
You know, it's a sad state of our country when a natural occurrence has become politicized.
Yeah. Yeah, this is hurricane season.
Yeah.
And
It doesn't, and guess what? For those who may not know, hurricane season doesn't end till the end of November.
Yeah. And even though we've had less hurricanes, we've had some wallops coming through. It might get more wallops. So we got we got at least a month or so more of this nightmare, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in Minnesota, our version of a hurricane is a water spout, but we got these land things called tornadoes, and so we know what we've seen tornadoes come in and destroy an entire town.
Yes.
I mean, the whole town is leveled.
Yeah, 94. They didn't even know about that fault, and that just absolutely trashed the Southern California.
Northridge.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yep.
And
I remember that one.
It was not
very, very vividly, Cash.
dealing with aftershocks for about a week or two was not fun. Going to a friend's house and then their mom saying, "Get out of the house," because she didn't like the shaking. I get it. It was not fun.
Was that the
yeah, that's the
World
Northridge.
Yeah.
That's the 94
That was the
Northridge
Northridge
quake.
in 94
Yes.
because I was living in the San Diego area at the time. Born and raised in that area. Didn't leave there until
right, Boar.
I was in my late teens.
Yep.
And I'm sleeping. Had the day off from school because it was Martin Luther King Day.
Mm-hmm.
However, started feeling it shaking, and it started off just a soft roll, and then it just started getting more violent. So I got out of bed, got under the doorway. My mom and dad were calling for my sister and I, hoping that we were up. My sister and I were already in our doorways.
You knew the drill.
Oh yeah. They drill it into your head.
Mhm.
Going through the earthquake drills.
Yeah,
right.
just
The
like
the gas
just like the
leaks
hurricane.
that
I mean,
happens.
hurricane,
Yep.
like tornado.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
of course, San Francisco in '89 had that pretty bad quake too that took
Yeah.
out that bridge or whatever it was. I
Yeah,
think it was a
that
bridge.
double-decker bridge
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
where
Killed
the top
people,
half collapsed on
unfortunately.
the
Yeah,
bottom half.
they did. They
Yeah,
made a
and
movie about it too on TV before. Yeah.
yeah, in Minneapolis area here, we had the '87 megastorm
Mhm.
that virtually
All
put
these
a little bit of a stop.
all
And
these
if you
disasters. Yeah.
if
Mhm.
you remember that '89 quake, Cash, that
Yes.
section of the Bay Bridge that collapsed.
Yes. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did we highlight that one? We'll highlight it. There you go, Laura.
Mm-hmm.
You're highlighted now.
Yeah,
But no,
good to see you,
but,
Bor. Yeah, no,
but
it's
to get back to
just
the crux of things,
mhm.
but to get back to the
These
crux of
disasters
things,
are definitely not something to take lightly. None of them.
No.
It doesn't matter how bad the category is. It doesn't matter what it is. A disaster is a disaster.
it never has been. I mean, many of us have gotten complacent because we haven't been hit with wallops, and then they come. This is
right.
the reason why you do training. That's why you learn stuff. That's why you have people. One guy sat back and said the moment he moved down to Florida, he went measured all his windows, went to the lumber yard, and had sheets of plastic boards cut to the size of those windows. So when it did come to storm time, he could throw those things up and try to help protect as much as possible the house. That's prevention.
Yeah,
More
that is
people
prevention.
down in, yeah. I don't know why more don't do that, or why a company doesn't come up and, hey, we're going to make storm shields for you. Heck,
Well,
$1 million idea. Let's get into it, Mike and Cash. We make $1 million.
Even some of the places around here, when it comes to the notification that a hurricane may potentially hit the area, they have storm shutters. They have storm shutters that are already fitted to their windows that they just put into that area, secure them down to protect the windows. Not every place around here does, but there are some that do.
Mhm.
Post office, for example, are the Staples here in this area, they do. And then other places around here, they have plywood that they put on their windows. Our outlet store has plywood that they put on the windows. How do I know this? Well, not only have I seen it put up, but I used to work at one of the stores in the outlet. And it was when Hurricane Isabel was coming. So they put them up. And, at one point, that storm was a Category 5. And when it finally hit our area and other areas, it was a Category 3. And it did a lot of damage even at a Category 3.
Yeah. Yeah, just because it's a 3 doesn't mean it's not dangerous. It's not destructive. As Ron White said, it's not that the wind is blowing, it's what the wind is blowing.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, all I can sit back and say about it is, yeah, I think we have learned our lesson with Helene. We know for a fact, and we also learned a lesson from Hawaii when all they got was $700 for each household. We know
$750, just like
Yep.
those in Nashville and other areas of North Carolina.
Right. We and also in Florida, some of the people. We know you're going to be hosed over down there. You're going to be let down by our government, Florida. So I again, my thing is, if you do have anything, try to donate to local or reputable people that will be going down there to help, because they're going to line up to go down and help. If you're able to, do so. If you can't do anything else, and I'm a big believer in this, even with my problems that have been brought forward, thoughts and prayers, I do fully believe it. I don't think when people mock that, I want to backhand them because I do believe that does help.
That's the
Um,
thing. When something like this is approaching your area, you do pray.
mhm,
You do go to whatever comforts you
mhm,
because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring,
mm,
especially with a storm like this.
right. And if we're looking at more, well, just I don't know. I just don't know. But we just know that we can't count on the Biden Harris administration. They have
No.
proven that otherwise. They're more concerned with other things out in the world. They don't give a shit about this nation. And this is the absolute proof. I remember back in 88, no, sorry, 92. George H.W. did his no new taxes. So
Yes.
he had that big rise up in taxes for luxury taxes, and people left
Mhm.
Florida. Then Florida got hit with the hurricane.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it-
it was just
devastated.
like
And
George
they
W.
did-
Bush. Oh, go ahead.
Well,
man. I don't want to cut you
yeah,
off.
but
Go ahead. Mhm.
but they didn't, they didn't have the ability, and that resonated for that election. People want to sit back and say it was George Bush's breaking the promise, but it was the follow through. It was Florida and how things were treated afterwards because of all the shenanigans that was
Yeah.
happening to play games.
Well, it's also interesting to me too because like when you watch something that Spike Lee did, and this is actually true, and you hear from congressmen at the time talking about this, they had a chance. All the mayor and the governor had to do for Louisiana at the time was like, look, George W. Bush said we can get the National Guard here a few days before we know this storm is going to hit, so we can get a lot of people out. And this is true. The governor and the mayor at the time
They
basically
refused.
told them to go screw off. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care what president
Not-
it is at the time.
Not only told them to screw off. Remember, they told the people. The mayor told the people of New Orleans, "You don't have to go. You can stay here. You don't have to evacuate." So they had all those buses sitting to take people away. And you think, yeah, you can stay. Don't have to worry about getting out of town. Don't
And then we
forget
saw
that.
we saw the aftermath. Areas flooded and people unable to get into their homes. So a lot of people lost their homes.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah,
watching
exactly.
this video, it's almost like looking at a rainy, windswept ghost town. They're driving around in the street, these weather chasers I'm watching right now. And, there's some crap that's being knocked into the street and such like that, but hardly any cars. It's eerie.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like I said, I've been through a few hurricanes myself around here, and when people evacuate, it's a ghost town.
Mhm.
You might know a few people who have stayed, and you try to keep in touch. You
Mhm.
say, "Here's my cell phone number. If you need anything, let me know."
Heck,
It
oh
doesn't.
my word. Oh my word. I'm
Yep.
just watching the waves coming in right now.
Mhm.
It is starting to flood down there.
Go ahead
The
and
waves are just-
share. Go ahead and share.
Here, just a second here, my
And
friend.
I'm glad even on Pop Talk, wherever it is, whatever we're doing on stream or whatever, these things should always be pushed and be important because they are. This is people's lives. And I was happy to see with Helene that even when our own government, and I don't care what side of the aisle it is not moving fast enough, that people from other states are like, well, we'll be there. I mean, I feel like there'll even be some people from other countries who will be there too.
By the way,
Yeah.
between Mike telling me to put this on screen and me
Wow.
putting it on screen, there wasn't any water by that sign.
Gosh.
Yeah, and this was earlier today.
No, this is live.
This is live, right? You
Oh,
said, yeah.
This is live right now. Okay, sorry.
This is live.
My bad. My bad.
Yep. No. Yeah. Yeah. The guys are weather chasers, and they're running around right now through there. So.
Well, you did hear about that one guy who people call Lieutenant Dan, who's staying on his boat during this whole time.
Mm-hmm. And you know those waves are going to get worse. As they said, you know, like Miami and all that. Basically, you have a concrete base throughout the whole thing. It's just full of concrete and asphalt. Well, the water's not going to soak into that. So what's going to happen?
Nope. It's going to rise. It is definitely going to rise. And
Yeah.
again,
I don't want. I don't want to make
am
it political.
no. I'm thinking about our friends who are down there. People we've gotten to know. People I know who are down there. Smoking Patriot lives down in Florida.
That's right. He did. Yeah, he did tell us that.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's getting worse. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I
It
know of
was
a
so
friend. Who
Yeah,
used to live
that's
here.
how quickly the surges
He's in
can come in.
Tampa. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you're getting the waves now on where there was no water. Now you're getting them. You know, it's like, my God. And yeah, like I said, I don't want to make it political, but I just have to point out what we had for response from our government, not the nation, the government, with Hawaii, with the last hurricane we've had, this other disasters within the
Yes.
last 3.5 years,
Mhm.
and I am disgusted. I am disgusted, and I think people can count together
Of course.
who I'm not even considering.
Yeah, I do remember that. Vor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, he lives in. Yeah. Well, he sucks.
Mm.
And yes, folks, we do see you in the chat, and I'm gonna acknowledge you all right now. And
Yeah. My God, look at that. I mean, you're just watching in real time how much more water is coming in there, how close the waves are. Yeah,
Yep.
it's about
Yes.
time to get out of there, Mr. Weather Chaser. I mean,
yeah,
and
I think this weather chaser waited too long.
Well, you got a big old SUV there, don't you know?
Oh, it doesn't matter. You could have a big old
I know.
SUV.
I
Because
know.
there was a storm that came through here one time, and it was even on the local news where this couple thought, "Oh, we got a big SUV, we can get through this water on this road." Wrong.
Well, I mean, those currents can literally sweep your car off the road. It
Mhm.
might not look like much, but it can, and I've seen it happen. Because we had a flood or two up this way, don't you know?
But I do want to say hello to Brandon Looney Tunes fan 2000. We also have the lovely princess of YouTube herself, Leia Rose. FKHC 2005, also known as Tim. Glad to know that you got your main account back, brother. course.
Hey, yeah.
Baron was also in the chat. DJ Ronnie G. The Padawannabe. Vor, it's good to see you. Low Spec Linux Gaming, good to see you, brother. And of course, Phil McCracken, who says gobble gobble.
We also had somebody in here who said something about Star Wars. Oh,
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it, and it was.
Did you do it? I was doing it too, so we probably got double. Oh.
It's just a troll, just like there was a troll last night in my Arkham stream. who
of
said,
course.
Time to repent.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And he came back with smart ass comments, and he got the band hammer from me. Yay! I love doing band hammers to church. No, when he's talking about live here in Bahrain, you don't, and not beta American stuff. Holy cow, that's the way he came. It didn't look like that when he.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Look
how
at how
quickly it
high-
happens.
Just wow.
Yep.
He needs to get out of there, and he needs to get out of there now.
So this is another feed from YouTube then here, Baron, right? Or
Yeah, it's weather something. I'm trying to remember what the name of
Okay.
because I covered it up, because I made this big screen, but
right.
But they're weather chasers, so it's like WX chasers or something like that to give them full credit.
Hate to say it, but it looks like he's trapped.
Let's see. Oh, he's moving again. Maybe
He's in the middle of a lake now.
much. Yes.
Stayed there too long, dude.
I know it's mesmerizing and
Yeah, and it's good to
and-
show this
and,
stuff.
but just be safe doing it.
No, it's not safe. That's the
Don't
whole
risk
thing.
your life. Do
There's
not risk
people,
your
of
life
course-
just to create content. No, it's not worth it. Your
Hey,
life is
Lord.
right.
Good to see you, Lord. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
welcome, Lord.
Okay. Yeah. Be safe, man. Be safe. Honestly.
Yes.
Yeah, please be safe. Okay, he's moving again. That's good.
Oh,
It's a
good.
better road. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, I hope.
Our prayers are with you.
Yes, and please, I can't stress this enough. Do not, when there is water anytime, even when it just starts, don't think it's a good idea to start speeding on the roads, please.
Yeah.
Don't do
Well,
that.
Yeah.
Your car
When
can
in-
slide.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's like when in doubt, turn. What was that phrase that they have? If something about if you see flooded roads, just turn and go the other way.
Yeah, just don't put yourself in that situation. Oh, I can make it and I'll be fine. No.
Well, look on the side of the road there. You're just watching it grow, and
Exactly.
expanding.
Because anytime especially in places like California, it just starts raining just a little bit, takes just a
Mhm.
little time, boom, sirens.
Mm-hmm.
Well, think about it too. How slick those roads are because of the oil that's on the road.
Right.
yeah.
Been on that road, and once it starts raining, people drive like they do when it's a clear, sunny day. I know it.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that
It-
video for that guy.
It doesn't matter where you live anymore. People are just idiots on the road.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? They don't. Their training how to drive is GTA 5.
Yeah.
I swear, honestly.
I wouldn't be surprised. At least some of them.
I mean, the other day, I'm on my way home with my sister, after getting some groceries, and I'm trying to keep, a good, safe distance between me and the car in front of me, and there wasn't a lot of room because there was a lot of traffic. They're working on the roads here right now, and this one car starts coming over, and I had to slam on the brakes. Luckily, there was nobody behind me. It's like, you jackass.
And they're not observant. They're probably sometimes on their phones when they shouldn't be, even though it's illegal. And
They weren't paying attention. Even
Mhm.
when they got on the main road that we were on, they weren't paying attention. They were just diddly dallying and just looking all around like it's like, no.
Mhm.
You're on what's considered a major highway in this area.
Mhm.
You either go the speed limit and pay attention to other cars in the next lane next to you, or get off the road.
Oh, look at that, folks. Just as they're crossing the bridge, just see the water down there.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Angry
look how
water.
high that water is.
Mm-hmm.
And we have bridges like that around here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got bridges like that. I know up in Duluth, because you have to have bridges high enough for boats to go under.
Mhm.
But and I tell you, it's scary thinking about driving them in the wintertime. But I don't know. I'm speechless, and I am so sad, disappointed, and angry at our government
Excuse me.
For-
Yes.
fucking us over. Not the nation. The nation rises up and does the best they can. The people do. America does.
Mhm.
But the government, well, there's no words in there that says that you have to love the government. You can hate the government. because that changes sometimes every 4 years or 2
Mhm.
years because of congressional voting.
Or 6 years.
Or 6 years, yeah. And my allegiance is to this nation, to people like this, not to some shitting pants, senile man, and a cackling hyena who's more interested in being on the fucking View, being on Howie Stern or Call Her Daddy
Nope.
than this, and then go out there and spread lies that no one ever called us.
Okay, I thought my
She was
connection
on
about
Colbert
Bart.
the other night
Yeah,
and doing a segment where she was drinking a beer with him. No.
Look, all
Your
I'm telling
duty
you,
as a political leader is to be down in the areas that need you right now.
right.
Postpone all your talk show engagements and get to where the people are.
Do your
I-
fucking
again,
job.
yeah,
I don't care what
that's-
side of the aisle you're on. That's what your
Yes.
main job should be in an emergency.
Yep.
Right.
I don't, it doesn't matter. Nothing should be political, especially when people need actually help in this country. It should be very simple. We go there, we try to work on fixing the problem, and then we go from there. That's how it should
No.
be. And there shouldn't be
Well-
any political side about this, anything. I just find it funny. One side feels this way more than the other. The other side's like, look, we're trying to do the best we can, and everybody should just get together and figure things out, especially during a disaster. There should be no no nonsense, but of course there has to be. Yes.
Yeah. Where was Skeletor during this whole thing? He was sitting on a beach in Delaware. But he was called on it. He goes, I was on the phone for 4 hours.
I heard him say he was on the phone for 2 hours.
Oh, was it 2 hours? Okay, but I was being generous.
I'm
Was
not.
it nappy time? I guess I was being generous. I must have heard wrong. But
Again.
I don't want to be. I mean, you know.
I
God.
wouldn't even care if it was Trump in
Right,
office right now.
exactly.
He would
That's right.
still have to be
Yeah,
in the
people
area
need
on
to
the
be there.
phone.
Mhm.
People need to be there on the phone. People, I don't care what side it is. It's like we hear some people are going there. I want to hear like everybody is going there. Like, oh, well, I don't care what if it's a blue, red, purple, green, whatever color you want to call it. These are Americans. Americans need help. Now, other Americans will come together and help each other, but the government needs to do more, especially what's going on right now. This is another Category 5 hurricane going on, and it's going to only get worse in the next few days. And it's just,
You know what?
But I could also understand the people who say, if you're just going to get in the way, we don't need you here.
right.
Right.
I get that
Mhm.
too. Yes.
Right. You have to listen to what they're saying.
Yes.
They'll tell you what as the one guy, sheriff was saying, just don't come down here. Contact these people and they'll vet you out.
That's
and
right.
if you're able to help in something, we will guide you.
Yeah,
there.
if you're able to help,
you're a
don't come
medic,
down
you're
there.
a
Right.
doctor,
Don't come
you're a
down there.
nurse. You can go
Right.
here, you know.
Don't make it more of a spectacle than it needs to be. Go down there because you want to help.
Right.
Or if they need your help. If they tell you not to come, then don't go.
Yeah, don't
I
go.
agree
Don't,
with you guys. Absolutely.
Right. If
don't
you-
go
if-
and make it a press event and make it a media event for yourself to get attention on yourself. Stay out of there. Let the people who live there, the people who have actually taken time to volunteer with supplies and equipment, do what they come to do, and that's clean
Look
up
at
the
that
area
boat
and
out
help.
there. Look at that boat out there. It's just being. Oh God! I wonder if that boat's going to last. I'm serious.
It could end up on the shore.
Yeah, and there's a big one
Yeah.
up, and you can't see it no more. There's a big one out there, but that wall is just come in. It swallowed up the other boat, the sailboat, virtually that you could see earlier. And now it's
I
being
can see a
swallowed up
sailboat
too.
now because he's zoomed
Yeah.
in.
But it's getting more obscured by the clouds and such. It's just the storm. Now
Mhm.
it's clearing up. They must have gotten a little clearer spot, but there was a big boat out there, or a ship, I should say. You can't see it now, And that's Rand Paul, by the way, Phil. Rand
Yes.
Paul. Ron Paul is the dad.
Yeah, Ron's the dad. Yeah.
You know, I'm going to do something. Forgive me, Mike. I'm going to do something here. I want all of us to contact our representatives, whether they're senators, congressmen, women. I want you
I
all.
think it still will be Darth, but
Yeah, we'll get there. We're just being passionate right now,
yes.
but we'll talk about it. Don't worry.
We
But I
we, we
want you-
will. It's like I said earlier. This storm, considering we know people who live in the area where it's gonna hit, it's just more important than talking about
Yeah.
our main topics for tonight.
Don't worry. We'll talk about it. Don't worry,
Yeah,
because
we
I
will,
want to
we
talk
will.
about it.
Yeah.
But get in contact with basically your federal lawmakers and ask them what the frig they're going to do about this. Tell them that, are you going to give them a loan for $750? Are we going to do more for our people? Why are we sending all this money overseas when we need it here now? That our people are suffering. That's one way. It's for all of it. Even you're in Minnesota and Montana, Alaska, Hawaii. It doesn't matter.
All 50 states. Contact your representative and ask, why are these funds being allocated to these other areas when we need it here at home?
Yeah. We have the second disaster now, and we're at threat for having some more coming in. We need to help our own.
And don't apologize for bringing that up, Baron. It's a fact of life.
Yeah. Well, that's how things used to get done. They need to hear us. It's just inundate them. Inundate them. Tell your friends to do it. I don't care if your representatives are Republican or Democrat. They need to hear it. Because both sides of the aisles have fucked us over.
Mm-hmm.
You have people more worried about Ukraine than us. I'm sorry, folks. I could care less right now about Ukraine and Russia.
I care about our own right now.
Mm-hmm. I want us to be taken care of. So, do you think
Absolutely.
we should start? Do you think we should, what would I say? Should we kind of
Take it easy, man.
I'm perfectly calm, dude. Calmer than you are.
You just take it easy.
Calmer than you are.
Calmer than you are.
and move on to topics before we have aneurysms, strokes, and heart attacks?
Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and move on to one of our main topics
All right.
for tonight. And
Yeah.
instead of going over to the Rumble side at 8 o'clock, we'll just stay on both channels for the whole time.
Okay.
Amen. Okay.
You want to do that? That's fine. Yeah.
Oh
problem.
yeah, we already got the Banhammer stuff out there that YouTube wouldn't like because we're criticizing the powers that be. But
Yeah. Well,
so okay, we're already stunk. What does it matter?
You know what? Honestly, Baron, if people can't understand that real life takes precedence and trying to hope for the best for those that we know and we've interacted with that we care about takes precedence, then I don't know what to tell them.
Yeah, I'm sure our friends down there would love to talk about Star Wars now.
yeah. Right.
There's a lot of geeks down in Florida, I tell you, and whatnot. So what are we going to lead off with, Mike? Please
We
tell
are
me.
going to lead off
Woo!
with
Woo!
the reason why I titled the stream the way I titled it. This comes from Cosmic Book News. It's by Matt McClone. And
Daddy.
Yeah, we've read some of his articles before.
we have it. It says, "Where are the racist Star Wars fans?" claimed by Jodie Turner-Smith and Glamour Mag. It says, in a new puff piece aimed at blaming the fans for the major failure of The Acolyte. Jodie Turner Smith and Glamour Magazine, similar to what Amanda Steinberg spouted off in her video, stated the cast were attacked. And let's not forget that Amanda Steinberg also made that music video. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, that wasn't an attack, was it? No.
And of course, Amanda Steinberg blamed fans for the cancellation of The Acolyte, stating she wasn't shocked. For those who aren't aware, there has been a rampage of vitriol that we've faced since the show was announced, when it was still just a concept that no one had even seen, she said. She went on to place blame on those she believes were responsible for negative reaction, a rampage of, I would say, hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol, prejudice, hatred, and hateful language toward us. What did Glamour Mag say? Glamour Mag continued the spin, adding to the narrative. The show was unceremoniously canceled, allegedly due to low ratings. Well, that's what happens when your show doesn't succeed in the ratings department. It does tend to get canceled.
So can I sit back and say, okay, you rag. I'm assuming Glamour is a magazine. Okay, you rag.
It is.
Get rid of that allegedly. That's exactly the reason why the show was canceled.
But in the weeks leading up to its season finale, the cast faced relentless torrents of racist abuse online from so-called fans who couldn't handle a black actor leading a Star Wars series.
Oh, we're going into that crap again. Okay, yeah.
The article also points out that, what Steinberg said, further noting, it is infuriating. Cycle actors of color are cast in Star Wars projects and are immediately made vulnerable to vicious bigotry. Samuel L. Jackson, anyone?
Let's not forget the king of cool in the Star Wars universe, Billy D. Williams.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, dude, Billy D is awesome, man. Lando was
Yeah.
great, dude. And then what they did to him, and oh my gosh, we're going back to this again. It's fine. The whole thing in the
Just
solo.
concentrate on Lando
Yeah.
and Empire and
Yeah,
Return of the
exactly.
Jedi. Yes.
That's right. That's the only Lando that should matter is the one from the original trilogy.
Well,
in my
again,
opinion,
Mr. Cool
well,
himself, Billy D.
it's not that he did a bad impression of Lando, the young one. God, great, I can't think of the actor's name right now, who was also in Community and some other shows, but it's just that they made things weird with Lando that Lando wouldn't do. Lando is a womanizer. He likes women. I know it's scary, but
yeah, he doesn't put fleshlights on droids. But
no, he doesn't.
if we were so against black actors and characters,
Exactly.
then why did we have a 3-book series centered around Lando Calrissian? That was a ton of fun to read. Why was it that Mace Windu was the center of many comics and some novels? Oh, and they sold. Oh yeah, we don't like. No, we don't like black representation at all. I was out there right away when The Force Awakens happened and they announced Samuel L. Jackson was going to be in it in a prominent role. I was out there protesting, saying, "Hell no, he's got to go."
Don't you mean the Phantom Menace?
No, that's what did I say?
Force Awakens.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was thinking
Phantom
of
Menace.
in Solo Donald Glover. That's who of course played young Lando.
Yeah, Childish Gumble. Childish Gumble, I think is his rap name.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm saying your name wrong, Darth Atroxa, but Darth Atroxa says hyper conservative. Why do lefties always add words like hyper to make things sound more extreme? It's all they've got. It's all
And
they've got.
and look, we I'm sure you guys all understand out there that yes, other people are talking about this, but certain trendy topics, it never stops with the people that want to always attack us. They don't want to take any responsibility for their own productions, for their own stories. It's always everybody else's fault. Always.
Okay. First of all, before we go on, which one of us is Don Cherry?
I'm
I
thinking
don't
it's
know.
Baron, but I don't.
Me?
I
I
think
don't know.
it'd be you. It can't be me.
I don't know. I find that intriguing. I like that. I like that one of. But if it's me, I'm flattered. If it's me, I'm flattered. So if it's Cash, how dare you?
So it goes on to say in this article, what's also interesting is that the article points out John Boyega. Yeah, we like John Boyega. We wanted to
Yes.
see Finn go farther than
Yes, we want.
he went.
A lot of us wanted to see Finn either if he became a spy for Phasma, where I remember I worked on a what if on that. But the thing is, or he becomes a Jedi. They built him up that he could have been this awesome character, and people would have been a lot of, not every fan, but a lot of fans would be like, "Hell yeah, man, we're all for this."
The John Boyega thing is absolute bullshit because even the
It
most
is.
anti-Disney Star Wars fans, they like to point to him as the perfect example of how Disney is the racist. Oh, let's take this character. He's the janitor. You know, he was the janitor on Death Star 3 because we have no concept of having something else because we got a copy of New Hope. And the progression of how his character went. And it's like, we complained about that. It's like, there's so much about this character that we were anticipating that could be redemptive, at least somewhat, with the sequel trilogy. Oh, no, let's turn him into a Stephen Fitch.
Right. Well,
fool.
that's why these what ifs, if you're working on or somebody else is working on or whatever, like you can just they dropped the ball with so much what they could have done. Rose could have been something more interesting.
Thank you. You're my favorite person in the chat today. Thank you. Woo!
And that would be Paranorman Tag.
Yeah.
That's
He
me,
needs a lot of
Paranorman Tag.
attention
Oh,
today, so
and while we're at it, thank you for being here. Welcome. We're
yes,
all
welcome.
friendly. Despite what anybody says, we are friendly. Don't listen to Phil McCracken.
But yeah,
Yes,
no, they
well,
just
Welcome
dropped
to Pacific 4-4, Darth Atroxa.
they dropped the ball with a lot of this stuff, and it's like it's just like all this stuff. I don't know. They really did with these characters. They had chances to build them up. Rose, all these characters, and then of course in the ninth film, they were like, oh, we're gonna just put them more in the background. Even Poe could have been more interesting, and even in the animation that they did, the characters were more interesting. Like you learn more about Phasma, and you're like, wow, she really is somebody you don't want to cross. But the way that they treated her in The Last Jedi was also insulting. Like the way she died, I just personally didn't like it. But
well, no, a lot of people didn't like it, but that's because they're racists, and sexist.
right.
I mean, we were sexist because we got upset that Phasma was treated like crap in her.
Yeah.
In fact, John Boyega, they want to ignore this thing. John Boyega has come out and said the real problem with him in the situation with Star Wars was Disney.
Mm-hmm.
He does not put the blame on the fans. He puts it on Disney.
He does.
Let's not forget, Disney allows China.
They did. That
when it
actually
came
happened,
to the movie
unfortunately.
poster,
Yeah.
Right.
to decrease his profile on that poster. Not increase it, decrease it.
Oh, well, you come to the right place for rants. I'm the one.
all three of us are capable of it, so that's why last week I decided I would add this clip, and I'm just gonna go ahead and play it again. because I think it's
Because we,
it's always appropriate, especially for the three of us.
Take it easy, man.
I'm perfectly calm, dude. Calmer than you are.
Will you just take it easy? Calmer than you are.
I am calmer than you are. Maybe I should get my
Calmer than you are. It'd be so cool to talk to John Goodman about all his roles and so on. I could imagine how cool of a conversation that would be.
Be interesting. It could be interesting.
Yes.
And Disney
Yeah,
being
you're right.
part of Hollywood itself is racist. Yet, when
Yes.
one of their projects doesn't
Unfortunately.
succeed,
Yes.
who do they point the blame at? All of us fans. All of us who go to the movies and pay to see their movies, pay to, see whatever shows they have on their streaming service, if they have their own streaming service, pay for the merchandise. But hey, what we're at fault, right?
Yeah, always. Always.
Yes, there's bad fans out there, but that still doesn't mean that these companies don't just Disney, other Ubisoft, whatever company is going after people. They need to look at what they did and start going back to what they can fix.
Right, exactly. It's like, again, it's gaslighting, is projecting, all that, and Hollywood's not just racist; they're sexist. Oh, you're a lady? Yeah, we can get you juicy parts. Now spread your legs. The old Harvey Weinstein
Yeah.
approach, and a lot of others in Hollywood. So it's like, you want to get anywhere, I can make a name for you. You just gotta, take care of Mr. Happy. So, that's toxic masculinity, folks.
Right.
And where are we from? Some of us live on the East Coast, some of us live on the West Coast, some of us live smack dab in the middle of the country.
Yes.
Cow patty, Minnesota. Yeah, there's plenty of cow patties out here. Moo. Cow patty flipping contests every year. Yeah, actually, there are places that do have that.
Forrest says it is our fault that we don't want to watch their agenda. No, we don't.
Yeah, when it comes down to us Star Wars fans, and yeah, I'm going to say that naughty word, real Star Wars fans, we come forward and take a
How
look. At this.
dare you, Baron?
I know. We take a look at this crap of a storyline taking place in a era that people really don't like, this High Republic BS.
Certain people like it, but sure.
Yeah, certain people. But I mean, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't because it's BS. But you're taking place in this era that's not in. Oh, okay. Oh, you're up in Canada, eh? Yeah, down here we got, of course, the Minnesota accent there, don't you know? Oh, yeah. We have hot dishes. But, when it comes to it, everything and you got Leslie Headland's wet dream fan fiction
Yes.
of her lesbian, and I'm not attacking lesbians here, but her lesbian's dreams of making it with her sister in situ. Oh, you're in Texas. Okay. Well, the stars are bright. Stars down. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm bad at that. But I mean, basically, when it comes to it, you leave us no option.
Hated it.
I mean, honestly,
And
if you're attached
in that same tone, Baron, in that same tone, we've been told by people when we tell them the reason why we don't like something, whether it be characters, story, the way the show is structured.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
And by the way, if I'm going to take a character also like Riva, but no, really like Riva, she's going to be very intimidating because guess what? Wait for it. She's an inquisitor. Inquisitors are supposed to always be intimidating.
Yeah, they're supposed to be fanatically loyal to the Sith.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
They are supposed to be. And that's what it is. That's why you get into that inner circle, just like the Imperial Royal Guards. Those are your ultra extreme loyalist stormtroopers.
Yeah. So we're every character, like, I would have done certain things in the Kenobi show a lot differently. They started off with a pretty good thing where Kenobi's working in that meat packing place, but they could have done so much with so much more. And I still feel at that time Vader and Kenobi should not have met.
No,
That's just my
No,
feeling, though. Yeah,
it destroys the impact of
exactly.
of
It
Star Wars,
destroys the
the original
impact.
Star Wars.
I feel the same way. Yes.
And remember, Cash, you, I, Phil, and a few other people that we know, we watched the first couple of episodes of Kenobi together. We liked the first one. Then we saw the second one and went, what in the world?
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, and then they take a show which made a lot of people happy with Andor, or enough people, I don't know, and they actually put a serious tone to it. So when somebody died in the show, wait for it, they didn't come back. Oh my gosh. But look, I also understand that if you don't like Cassian and you didn't like Rogue One, you're not going to enjoy that show. I get that. But we tried, but fans that want to be reasonable will try to be reasonable of it. I mean, I've been on there as like, I know how Jace feels about Andor, and that's fine. But I will always tell people why I like Andor. I know Vor likes Andor too. It's just, but once again, if you don't like Cassian and you didn't like Rogue One, why would you ever care about Andor?
Well, I got news. I got news for people. His
Yeah.
character is not supposed to be liked.
Right.
He is
He's quite
supposed to be
arrogant. We knew that
unlikable.
from Rogue One. He's quite arrogant.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you don't like Cassian Andor, congratulations. He did a great job.
That's right. Yes, I remember Vor.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people love that ending, and it was a great ending in Rogue One. It really was.
Mhm.
Tied in things very well. Now, I know Vor, and we've had this conversation before. Did we ever need Rogue One? Maybe not, but I still like it. And
Mhm.
it does connect well with The New Hope. So
Yeah, it's good. It's good apocrypha.
fair enough. I can agree with that.
Mhm. I know who really got the plans for the Death Star. It wasn't that lot. This guy by the name of Kyle something. What was that? Kyle Katarn? Was
Kyle
that?
Katarn.
Yeah.
Kyle
yeah.
Katarn.
Yeah, Kyle Katarn.
Yeah, great
Yeah.
character.
I was trying to act stupid, but yeah, Kyle Katarn. Yeah,
Great character. Yeah.
yeah, it's a great character, and so is
He really is.
Jan Ors,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
who basically, if you take a look at it, that's what they're trying to replicate with Rogue One, with the two main characters, Cassian and whatever the females.
Jyn Erso.
Yeah. Jyn Erso.
Yeah.
Right.
Notice that the name is kind of similar to.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So. Mhm.
And that's the thing. Out of everything that Disney has released that has the Star Wars brand on it, Rogue One's been the only movie I really was enthusiastic about.
Yep.
Mhm.
And look, I will say this 100,000 times. Look, if you enjoy the sequels and so on, and you really think there's something great there, just start analyzing it more, and you will find out a lot of inconsistencies and a lot of it's just there. So you can clap, you can be like, oh, I like that. That wasn't bad Star Wars. Then once again, you start analyzing it some more, and you're like, this doesn't really make sense. Why did they do this? Now, some people don't care. They're just happy enough. Oh, we got Star Wars. If that's for them, that's fine. But then they get mad at you when you start saying, this didn't work. And then we get to the point where I don't even want to mention the last show's name, but where they say, it's like, this doesn't make any sense to what Star Wars was. And then other people will argue with you, no, it can change. They're like, no, but it doesn't make sense to the story. How does it make sense when you change Sabine? How does it make sense when it doesn't? Hera is different than she was in Rebels. I thought Rebels was really good, but Hera then changes in Ahsoka. And it's just like, why are we doing this? Like, this is where, and they go, it doesn't matter. It's like, no, it should always matter because it should connect properly. No.
And Darth Trucks, you're not weird. You like what you like. You have your reasons for liking a movie.
That's right.
You have your reasons for liking a book, TV show, music, so on and so forth. We all have our
And-
specific reasons why we like something.
Right. And I'm weird. I'm proud to be weird. Just I even got that branded underneath my name. Proud to be weird.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just like we can't. We've talked about this a number of times on Pop Talk, other channels. We can't have a lot of reasonable conversations with people about these franchises because they want to get mad at you and call you names all the time. And it's like, well, we're not going to get anywhere. We can't have a civil conversation with this. It's like, and I've heard the argument about Riva and how, well, if they wrote her this way, if they wrote her this. And my question is always, what if? What if this? What if that? Why not just have done it before? Just do it. Make her intimidating, make her scared. But this whole thing about like Riva coming after Luke and this, it doesn't make sense. People can tell me.
If he was going after Luke, Vader would have known way sooner, and boom, that's it. Everything's done. We only have the prequel movies in.
Yeah.
Game over, man. Game over. But honestly, it's come because we've read this so many times.
Yes.
The attacks that have been on us are us old time fans, and not just in this franchise, but others.
Star Trek. Star Trek.
Yes.
Is another
D&D.
example where they go
Doctor
after
Who
the
fans are getting attacked. Yep. If you've ever watched the older Doctor Who, or it just keeps going and going. Warhammer. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Anime as well. So
I mean, when it came to Star Trek, they're saying, "Oh, we don't like Sonequa Martin Green because she's black." I'm thinking,
no,
hold up a tick. Hold up. You guys seem to forget Deep Space Nine. You don't mess with the Cisco.
Cisco's a great character, and he's more than just his race. I know, shocking.
Well, yeah,
he's a great captain, man. Yes.
Yeah. We're going to be. We don't like black characters or black character in the lead on anything. Well, the cross pollination between Star Trek fans and Star Trek, fans being both those franchises. Boom! It's like, well, then why was Cisco so popular?
That's right.
Yeah. Why was it? Why was it in the Pale Moonlight you agreed with Cisco's decision? Some disagreed with his decision to do what he did.
Right.
How he got the Romulans to join the war effort. What I love about the episode is, Cisco saying that he would do it again if he had to do it all over.
Yeah. And see, that's an episode like the old days, where we could sit down, analyze, discuss, debate, whatever, motives and such, back and forth. That was Star Trek to make you think. Now we have Abrams pew 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 Trek. But we've been over this road so many times with the Ests and the Phobes. We're this and that. One, it's boring. Two, it doesn't have any metal. And if someone starts coming at me with that, I say, I'm basically to the point just saying, talk to me when your IQ level is a little bit higher than your shoe size, and you actually have something other than the typical bleating of the sheep, and are able to keep up in a conversation and a discussion and debate about these issues. And then we can see who truly is the real fan, because if you can't keep up with it, well, all you are is just you're a nerf, you're a tribble, you're a sheep, or whatever it's that you have for whatever worlds that they have for that easily to be led animal, and all you can rely on is just the catchphrases and those
why do I like Michael Dorn, who played Worf on Star Trek: The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine,
and Star Trek?
Because he established what the present day Klingon is. And he did it damn well.
Right.
And wait, Klingons are diverse. What? No.
Hell, you say. I mean, I wish I had his voice.
Me too.
I mean, now that we've lost James Earl Jones, I'm sorry, Morgan Freeman, I think I'd want to have Michael Dorn narrate my life now.
He
If
was
James
full of
was still-
dishonor.
Yeah,
He was-
yeah, that's me. Yeah, you got it right. I mean, yeah, there is. Yeah, you got it. Right there. You do a good
He
job.
dishonored his family. He dishonored his house.
Yes. Yeah. He dishonored his shorts. You know.
He was a patak.
There we go. That'd be great. Oh, I really want to have Michael Dorn narrate my life.
I can't believe he was a character, a voice actor in what was it Saints Row 2. I don't know if that's the only one he did, but yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's been in several. He's also the voice, one of the voices in Gargoyles. Yeah, and of course, most of all, he was Chips.
Don't you mean Gargoyles, The Next Generation, Gargoyles, Deep Space Nine, Gargoyles, Voyager? Because let's face it, the voice cast was somebody from Star Trek, where they had Jonathan Frakes, Michael Dorn, Brent Spiner, Kate Mulgrew,
yeah, Marina Sirtis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all over.
Getting back to this article,
Mhm.
it says what's also interesting is that the article points out John Boyega has been outspoken about his experience with racism. The article forgets to mention Disney wiped Boyega from Star Wars posters released in China. Well, they didn't necessarily wipe him out; they just shrunk him, which
I think
isn't
there was
good
one.
either way.
I think there were some where they did take him completely off, and some that he was shrunk. So I think it was both.
It says, what did Jodie Turner-Smith say? Jodie Turner-Smith played the leader of the witches in The Acolyte. She also blasts Disney for their lack of response. They've got to stop doing this thing where they don't say anything when people are getting fucking dogpiled on the internet with racism and bullshit. It's because they do not care.
Yeah, you can't handle criticism. So you got to curl up in a little ball and scream racist, racist. You'd be like Peter Griffin, where after he, is with his ankle going, ooh, it's like racist, racist, racist. It's like the guy riding the bicycle and going, "You're all racist," and he puts a stick in the wheel, causing it to himself.
She said, "Go ahead, Baron."
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was just basically coming in on that one. It's just saying it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Of course, she said this in regards to Disney's lack of response to The Acolyte's reception. It's just not fair to not say anything. It's really unfair. That's because they don't care. They really don't. If they cared, they would stop doing all these Star Wars productions, all these Marvel productions, let them rest for 5-10 years before doing them again. But no, they keep pumping them out, and people are just burned out. People are tired of watching Star Wars or Marvel products where they're being preached at, where they're being told, if you think this way, you're wrong. If you think that way, you're right.
And it's also come to the point, if you think this way, you should die.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could say I'm being facetious, but no, it's true.
Yeah. Says Turner Smith. Go ahead, Baron.
Oh, I was just going to sit back and say, and while you're at it, Miss Turner Smith, why did you talk to your boss, Kathleen Kennedy, right? The one who's using you as a puppet. Basically, see, we have black people. We're just using them. We don't care about anything else. See, we hired them. Look how diverse and DEI we are. Why didn't you go talk to her about this? She's the one that could have gone out there. But no, she's too busy reading the entire script like Joe Biden, fade in.
Heck, Dave Filoni, he's the head of Star Wars Creative at the moment. He could have gone out there and said something.
Right. He could have said, hey, guys, settle it out there. We got great cast. We got great people. You know, and the thing is we're not attacking the actors or the actresses.
We're attacking the quality of the show that we're being given.
The characters and how they are and how you are are doing the characters, the piss poor job of the storytelling, the lore building, the character building. Most importantly, why should we care about this person? Or
You
not
don't you
care
don't
about
go
them?
into a restaurant and accept a mediocre meal and not say anything about it. There's something wrong with the meal if it's not prepared the way you like it. You're gonna say something.
Well, that's me every time I go to McDonald's, but that's beside the point. But yeah, you do. It's like, ma'am, the steak is not the way I wanted it to be done, or the eggs aren't the way I wanted them to be done, or you
Mhm.
know. And of course, you try to be nice about it. You don't want to be a rude
Yeah.
bugger. And the thing is so many people are pointing this out in a civil way. Yeah, you got a few trolls out there, Phil. But
Mhm.
I mean, compared to the rest of them, it's like you're intimidated by us because we do know so much and we do call you out on your BS. One of the writers of the High Republic comic books admitted, yeah, I don't know really anything about Star Wars, and I was called out on this, and they're absolutely right. See, I mean, at least
Mhm.
that was at least that was manning up. At least that was admitting your fault. And the reason why Star Wars fans knew how his lightsaber worked.
Mhm.
He didn't, and he was called out. And did he start going after the fans or saying ists and phobes or any of that stuff? No. First of all, I don't even know what color his skin is. I mean, I don't care.
Well, why should it matter? Why should it matter? Shouldn't the character and the character's development matter more?
Yes.
So the article goes on to say Turner Smith and Glamour must have also forgotten that Disney actually did do just that in regards to alleged racism surrounding Moses Ingram's character in Obi-Wan. There's a quote here, and it says it would just be nice if people that have all the money, whether that be Disney or any studio, were showing their support and putting their feet down, Turner Smith continued. Say this is unacceptable. You're not a fan if you do this. You make a really big statement and just see if any money leaves. I bet you it won't. Sorry, I got a little messed up by the paragraph. My bad. Because
Oh,
people of color and especially black people make up a very large percentage of buying power. They might find that it's actually more lucrative for them, but everyone's using woke like it's a dirty word.
I have news for you. It is.
Hmm.
It is.
And here's the thing: there can still be fans out there who are going to criticize.
Right.
There are going to be people that, regardless of what is put out, they're going to criticize it because that's their makeup. I'm not making an excuse. That's how
No.
some people operate. You could turn yourself inside out for a person, and it's still not going to satisfy them.
No. Do your best. The comic book guy. Worst episode ever.
Worst episode ever that I will watch today 3 times.
Yeah. We know people like that. We know people like that.
That's right.
We're
That's
guilty of doing that ourselves.
Yeah, yes.
I don't know. I'm old and all that. I got 4 years of time.
Except one particular Deep Space Nine episode, I refuse to watch that episode 3 times. Move along home.
Move along home, Mike. Just move along home. It's good for you. Oh, you must hate
Alan Moraine, Baron Alan Moraine.
You must hate every books because you can't watch that episode over again. Oh, I tell you, it's because he's black, isn't it? I mean,
No.
that's what they associate.
No.
That's what they associate. That's what they. I don't like this on the episode. Well, his character is so prominent. It must be because of him. No, it's a bad episode.
I've mentioned it here before. I've mentioned it to you. I've mentioned it on stream why I don't like the episode Move Along Home. Because you find out at the end of the episode that Cisco, Dax, Bashir, and Kira were never in any real danger from this game that these aliens who came from the Gamma Quadrant brought on board the station.
Yeah.
They were never in danger. That's why I don't like the episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and we can pick that up apart again some other day, but that's the thing. Hedlund made it known that she was going to invent her Star Wars in there. Criticism right there. It's like, oh, you've gone after and literally dissed Lucas, calling him names and how bad he is. But you want to play in there, and then you want to bring your piss poor fan fiction in there. Okay, great. That means you're changing it, because why would you want someone who hates the creator of the franchise to be part of it? They're not going to show it respect.
Right.
No, they're not going to show it any kind of respect. I mean, there's an example of that with Discovery, where the janitor cleaning up human remains is called Gene.
Right. And being treated like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
wonderful.
a lot of people equated that as their shot at Gene Roddenberry.
Right.
Well, how would you like it if a character in a Star Wars movie or TV show was called George and they made him a janitor?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like that disrespect to the creator of the property.
What if we call them the janitor Kathleen, or James, or one of the people that are headlining it these days now? What if we just change that name to one of the people that are in your full Trek universe, our full Wars universe?
And it's good to see Ron here, who says, I think people thinking Jar Jar was Jamaican was racist.
Oh, yeah. They went through all sorts of things with that one. Waddle was racist.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're going about that. And because he was giving negative Jewish stereotypes. I mean, that was what they're saying. And of course, Jar Jar, he's obviously racist because, he's got that walk and he's got that accent, which was the actor bringing that to the character because he was trying to honor his heritage.
Yep.
Ahmad Best.
Yep.
And as he sat back and said, no, it wasn't the fans that were causing the most problems. It was others, the media.
Are we surprised? I don't think any of us should be surprised.
The media has really gotten bad since 2016, and I really believe that.
Well, they were bad before, but yeah, they really got.
They were really bad now. A lot of them are just ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the article continues here by saying opinions change. What's in vogue changes, she added. We're going to get there at some point to that place where people stop having to stick up their arse about people of color being a part of IPs that were created by white people. You know why, she asked? Because we're never going to fucking stop participating. Oh, gosh. I miss good Star Wars and good Star Trek, but especially the message that Star Trek had for us of a hopeful future where we move beyond our attitudes of today and work together. IDIC, infinite diversity in infinite combinations.
I got a double play. I got a double play for this twat waffle, what she's going out there. So this is the first of the double play.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And this.
How many of you think the opinions of actors should be valued as much as, well, say, doctors, engineers, or a courageous congressman?
Right here. Yeah, right on.
Well, you're wrong. Actors are self-centered punks.
There. Lady, you just insulted so many people blindly with your word salad fantasy world.
It's
Your
because
fantasy world.
Hollywood itself has been insulting us with their word salad, insulting us each and every time their project fails.
Right.
Yeah, it's gotten worse every
Oh.
few years. It's just before it wasn't as bad. Now it's just
Yeah.
every
No,
time.
they're gaslighting, they're projecting, all this stuff. Instead of sit back saying, "Yeah, we didn't exactly do the right thing." No, she has word turds, not word salad. That's word turds.
And Ron says, who wants to tell her black people have been in entertainment for thousands of years, and it was the theater, kids of old England that spread the ideas of freedom?
Well,
And Lord Loloch adds, there are good Star Wars and other sci-fi franchises. YouTube fan made content is the best. Yes, it is.
It is. The best Judge Dredd film that was done by fans.
Yeah.
Even better than the Dredd movie.
Speaking of Dredd, I did see that's available on YouTube.
Ooh.
To watch for free.
Sounds like a rockin' good time.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. You don't get sent to the ice. Oh, did I? Oh, I didn't tell you. Elon Musk actually liked one of my replies to a post he had. He was wearing a Judge Dredd. He was basically saying that he was been in Pennsylvania for so long. It was him younger, and he's wearing a Judge Dredd shirt. So I basically replied, basically saying, "Nice shirt, creep. It'll keep you out of the cubes for now. Keep rocking awesome." And he liked it. So
well, Cash, I think you and I need to leave because we're not worthy of being in the same
You are
stream as
not.
Baron, because he got a reply from Elon Musk.
Everybody, I am the new king and master, king and legend of Pop Talk. No, but it shows that he's one of us in the geekdom world. He really is. So okay, come back,
Extinction to all traitors!
Disrupts my coronation!
Coronation, Starscream? This is bad comedy.
Megatron? Is that you?
Here's a hint. Will anyone else attempt to fill his shoes?
What the hell, man? You're the one that excused yourself out.
So you're becoming friends with Elon. Is that what's happening here, Baron?
Yeah.
You gonna message him again? You guys gonna go private
Me and
DM?
Grimes, Grimes and I are going to hang out somewhere and long suffering and
well,
Judge Dredd.
Baron,
you're not even have a check mark. So
Baron,
wow.
in this case, you're Megatron, and then you come back as Galvatron, and you can get rid of me.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see. I understand.
Yeah, I agree, Lord. There definitely is good sci-fi franchise YouTube fan made content. Yep, I agree.
Right.
There can be really great stuff out there. People, because they show how much they care, even when they have a really small budget. I mean, even if you're doing something like a fan film of X-Files, I remember something my brother did that was like only 5 minutes, but it still felt like X-Files, even though it was low budget. So that's what you want to do with any of these franchises. You can just tell how much they care. That's why hire these people.
Meow, 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 meow.
So it says, where are the racist Star Wars fans? So following reading the article and interview, I went to Jodie Turner-Smith's Instagram page and expected to find thousands of posts of relentless torrents of racist abuse. What I found was just the opposite. I couldn't find a single racist comment or even a negative one. It's possible her PR team scrubbed the negative remarks, or perhaps the so called racist comments represent a small minority, which is usually what it represents,
Yeah.
which I believe is more likely. In fact, all the comments I found were glowing, with fans even suggesting Jodie Turner Smith should play Storm in the MCU and that they loved her.
No. Good for them.
Good for them. Yeah, and
Yeah.
they want
I
to
mean, I'm
cookie.
not being mean.
Yeah, no,
I mean, I'm not
no.
being mean. I mean, if that's what they want, hey, good for them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care. I have no interest in the actress. It has nothing to do with
No.
race or anything like that.
No.
It's just the only time I really heard of her is playing in this piece of turd Acolyte series.
I just there's
But
this show.
I ha-
The biggest problem with the show, and of course, Jace had shown me some of the episodes. Well, first it starts off like The Matrix, and they made it
Right.
very clear they wanted Carrie Ann Moss as Trinity. At least it felt that way in the first episode, and then the second episode.
yeah.
It's just, well, the problem is with this is it's just illogical, and people get mad when you say that. Well, it is illogical. It makes no sense. How now the lightsaber, whatever color it changes, is your mood. I mean, I guess there might have been something like that, but it just seems like, what is it, a push pop? It's weird.
Never has been. Never
No.
has been.
No, but I mean, they'll try to argue that it has. Well, they're the red lightsaber. That's how the person of the Sith character felt, and so that's why the lightsaber was red. And it's like, whatever. But that's the kind of arguments they'll always continue to make. It's just these things just don't make sense. That's the problem. They just don't make sense. That's why a lot of this stuff, a lot of these properties, it starts becoming more of people's fan fiction. And they must make it a reality. It's really unfortunate all the time,
Right.
because it just doesn't fit. I want it. My vision, at least for something like the Book of Boba Fett, is that we're going to have, he is legitimately going to become a mobster, and he's going to be like, okay, if you don't like what I'm doing here in Tatooine, I'm going to feed you to my Rancor. That's what I'm going to do. And that's the kind of Boba Fett I was hoping for.
Well, yeah, but they castrated this
mob boss.
castrated
Right.
him.
Exactly.
They castrated
And so
him.
it becomes
This is the
so
baddest
goofy and
ass out there.
ridiculous. Yeah. Oh no, it's Spocko, man. These Vulcans, dude. These Vulcans are
How you doing, Spock?
I
You
mean,
ready
when
to
it comes
toast this Friday, brother?
Yeah, I hope so, buddy.
let's toast some Klingons. But when it comes around to, again, the original and real lore of Star Wars, I don't care what anybody says, of the EU overall, because it's as close to George Lucas's vision, and George Lucas has used EU in his own projects. Lightsabers. The reason why you had a lightsaber for the Jedi, for the Sith, was simple. They were artificially made. They were synthetic crystals,
Right.
which in the mood of the Sith, because the Sith were not really into nature. They were not, they weren't to the natural things, as evident as how you saw the Emperor with his Death Stars, in his war machine. Darth Vader with his cybernetics. Just divorces himself from the natural world, and they're supposed to be slightly weaker than the other blades, but they were still strong enough to hold up. But that's why they're red. It was rejecting the Jedi that was using crystals.
Well, it's just the same with all these franchises, man. Ghostbusters, all this stuff. It's like you need to understand what these stories are about, what these characters are about. Then when they always play the same game, same with the Charlie's Angels stuff. They had what Charlie's Angels was before, and then they made another movie, and it's like, oh, it's this way, and it's like, oh, they don't like it because it's all female centric. No, you need to follow what a lot of the formula is. That's why people like these shows so much, or these movies, or these stories, because there's a certain formula in there. And when you change too much of it and it doesn't make sense, then it's a huge problem, and that's why it turns off people. That's why it upsets people.
Well, how can Charlie's Angels people not liking the sequel or what are the reboot that they did of Charlie Angels? Right. How can when you had the original movie and it was success with Lucy Liu and Barry Moore? Right.
It was
so
a good
how
success,
can it go from that to crap?
Right.
And then you turn around and say all these people don't like women in these roles.
Right.
This role. Then you wouldn't have had a success in the first place to do the sequel or do another attempt after that.
Right.
No.
Exactly.
It's in your face. And you wouldn't have had a TV show to make this movie.
Exactly.
Be based off it.
Right.
That was in the 70s.
And Spock has a question for you, Baron.
What?
He says, I got a question for Baron. Do you think we should have focused backwards after episode 6 instead of forwards? Did we need anything after 6, especially since Legends satisfied so many?
Well, you know what? Going back to an earlier day of the Republic, 1,000 years or maybe 500 years. Yeah, that would have been interesting. But the one thing is, it breaks up what. See, the only problem is with that one. The Star Wars movies, the trilogies, are all about the Skywalker family. It's a Skywalker family event, and primarily the first two trilogies is about Vader and his trip from being a good guy, falling in his redemption, and his son bring him back. It's the name of Return of the Jedi. It was about Vader. And George Lucas kind of threw a little bit of a wrench in that when he made Padme have the quote-unquote virgin birth, midichlorian birth. So there really wasn't a Jedi Skywalker before that. That would be significant, not really part of that journey.
Don't you mean Anish? That was Anakin's mother, Anish.
Oh no, that's not the
she's. It was Anakin's mother who had the virgin birth, not Padme.
Yeah, it's not. Sorry, I said Padme. His mother, but his mother was. What was his mother's name? I got a mail block on that, but I don't think it's Anish.
I'll double check.
Yeah, go ahead. I might be wrong. I'll be the first one to admit it. I might be wrong because I'm pulling up stuff from my data banks that some of it's very dusty.
Yeah, and what was it? The Acolyte was supposed to take place 500 years before the is it something
200 200 years.
200 years.
Too close. Yeah, I mean, it would have been interesting. That's an interesting thing. I was thinking the same thing, that there was a Skywalker ancestor in the Old Republic. Maybe there might have been, and but if they're going by the same premise,
right?
He wouldn't have been able to get married because George Lucas put that in there that Jedis can't have attachments like that. Now, obviously, in the old lore, as you go back, that wasn't the case. He did have Jedis that married, and Jedis marrying Jedis that was helping strengthen the order and the abilities, and sometimes it did nothing. But with that across the board, it'll be kind of hard. It depends on when that was implemented in the Star Wars universe, and we don't have an exact date or time when that happened. So we just know that the last 1,000 years, of the Republic was in somewhat of a peaceful state.
My apologies. It was Shimmy Skywalker.
Yeah, Shimmy.
My apologies.
Yep. I was having a hard time. No problem. But I was.
Yeah, and of course and if they did this show right, first of all, it wouldn't have been canceled because a lot of people would have liked it, and second of all, it would have actually connected to the Phantom Menace, like it was supposed to. That was the whole goal of it, or that's what they wanted. But where they go with it and the things that they change is going to be a huge problem, and just throwing stuff at a wall, it seems.
Right. And you got some good points there on that there, Spock. And a good concepts now would be the thing is how would you execute it? And Lord knows someone like the team that we have doing our favorite IP
Oh, that's right.
doesn't
He does.
he,
Yeah.
it doesn't have
Mhm.
they were wanting to forge forward and turn Star Wars into their property, their vision, ignoring the original vision, which is why destroy the EU. I will never call it Legends. Destroy the EU, and then we can go and do our own continuation of the Skywalker trilogy. And then in the end, what happens? What happens? We're handed a freaking bill of goods. Palpatine calls herself Skywalker, and now is still part of the Skywalker legacy.
Yeah.
No, it's a Palpatine.
Right. 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 Rey should always be a Palpatine. Yes.
Yeah. She is never, ever going to
Right.
be a Skywalker to me. Never.
So, continuing with the article, it says blame the fans. It's something we've seen time and time again from the clueless people running Hollywood. They blame the fans for their failures instead of placing the blame where it belongs, on themselves. Variety also just put out a huge shill piece. I mean, even when it comes to content creation, I can't blame you guys. I got to look in the mirror and look at myself. What am I doing wrong?
I always do. I blame you.
It says, so if something is bad and makes no sense, I'm sorry, and make no mistake, The Acolyte is bad. I haven't seen it. Correction, I saw 3 minutes of it, but I wasn't impressed.
Yeah, it went down. It went south from there. It really went south.
Luckily, I watched the 25th anniversary of The Phantom Menace to cleanse the palate.
Good movie.
The Acolyte is bad. Fans are labeled as racist simply because they don't like it. Do they realize something like 75% of fans that watched The Mandalorian didn't bother tuning in for The Acolyte? Must be racism.
Well, except for one thing, it has to be because Pedro Pascal, he's a Chilean. Oh no, we can't watch that show. He's not from this country. He's down from South America. I mean, if we would have
because
they would have called that racist.
The first 2 seasons, there was actually not a bad vision for the Mandalorian. I understand there's other people who just didn't like it, but it wasn't a bad vision. And
I like the first 2 seasons, and I got excited when Luke came back.
Yeah,
you can find it here on the channel, and you can see my excitement. It's when I used to go on camera a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but right. And the thing is that the Mandalorian was giving me hope that maybe they were turning around and getting it. Oh, no. Dennis Filoni had to become a full-fledged toady.
I mean, it's crazy to me, even Rodriguez. It's like, dude, you've done some great stuff in your life, man. And you don't want to understand Star Wars and you're working on the Book of Boobaloo. It's like, come on, dude. I think he directed 1 or 2 episodes, maybe more, but I think he did at least direct 1.
So it's like, do your research if you're going to be.
This is a beast, as I like to say, and you have to respect the beast.
And if we had a problem again also with black people, then we wouldn't have loved Carl Weathers in there.
Yes, Carl Weathers was a quality character.
It made me upset with
solid
the
character.
Like,
yes,
we're not going to see him in that role anymore.
No,
excuse me.
We loved him.
Yes,
we loved him in the Rocky movies.
Yes,
we loved him in Predator.
Yes, yeah, and of course,
we loved him in The Mandalorian. Just to name a few.
Yeah. Whenever he showed up, it's like, oh, it's Carl Weathers.
Yeah. Really good actor. Yes.
Right. I mean, it's like how don't stop it already. There's enough proof to show that you are liars and you're lying. and that you are the racist, that all you can do is hang on that crutch. I know, let's use the black people on our staff as a tool and a weapon to explain why they didn't like our product. Congratulations, they just became, all they are is just a tool.
Yep.
Nothing more. They're not even a person now. They're just a scapegoat. Oh,
nobody wants to be a scapegoat. Nobody.
No. And if you're so hell bent about race swapping and other things, then make sure the character still is the character.
Right.
As in, make sure it follows what the formula has always been. Changing something like young Lando because now Lando needs to be in love with a robot in Solo is ridiculous.
Well, he's pansexual now.
That's right. He's pansexual. That's right.
Or as I like to say, trisexual. He'll try anything.
Right, trisexual. I like that.
I mean, what do you got? I'll do it. It's like, no, that's not Lando.
No, it's not.
And real quick, I just want to acknowledge something.
Oh, it's a good thing.
It's not a bad thing, Baron. Why are you freaking out?
Usually when you sit back and say you have to acknowledge something, it's like, oh no, what happened now? But no, it's a logical thing. It's a logical thing.
Yes.
All right, put the money in the bag. I'll buy that for $1.
I love that. So
Spock of Spock's Friday Nights with a $5 super chat says, "Live long and prosper, one and all, till all are one." Wasn't my best prime, but
no.
You get the gist.
Go back.
All are one.
Now that's a little better. That was better. Yeah,
that was better. Yeah.
All right, so getting back to what remains of this article, excuse me, what is really going on? I think what is really going on, and this is the author saying it, is that these types of shill articles and comments from the actors are meant to save face. It's an attempt to convince the studio that the reason for said failure isn't on them. Well, we did a good job, but the fans are racist. We need to change them. Instead of, we fucked it all up. Let's fix it. At the same time, there are also those who want to validate their existence by blaming the fans instead of accepting the blame. How's that working out? It's true in all facets.
Yes.
Yeah. It is. And the thing is if it's trying to appease the powers to be, they know on top. They know why it flopped. They know it's because but they don't care. They're following the DEI plan. We're going to shove this down your throat until you're going to just give in and accept it. They want us just to give in, accept it, be consumer, live the life of they live. I'm sure if we had the proper glasses to put on, when we look at Bob Iger, Kathleen Kennedy, Kurtzman, all those guys, there'll be those aliens.
Well, I was going to say, I know it's not a new member, but I still have the appropriate clip for it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Good old Rowdy Roddy.
Rowdy Roddy Piper. Just when you have the answers, I change the question.
Oh, that sounds like this administration. I'm sorry.
Don't cross him, or else you'll meet a coconut on your own coconut.
Are we gonna have to? Are you gonna turn into Picard, Baron, and we're gonna have to put you in the corner? And then
I'm
you go,
sorry.
I'm so very, very sorry.
He's fine. He's behaving tonight.
I am actually.
Yes. I always agree with Phil when he also says that. Yeah, where are the white Zulus? Come on, guys. Where are they? Yep.
They got arrested in England for impersonating, being racially insensitive. Yeah, and some tweets that they made, and some tweets he made.
So before
No.
we go in,
Oh, go on.
into any other article, is there anything that anybody in the chat wants to say about this article we just read and the whole situation of, fans being gaslighted, being called racist? Is there anything you guys want to say?
Well, I'll just sit back and say, you're not going to get us into shame watching. And the big thing with that too is to shame us into watching it, to prove that we aren't racist. It's like going out there and saying, "I can't be racist. I have a black friend." They're looking for that response.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't matter who I have for friends. I only have one litmus test. Are they cool? Right? I don't care about anything else. I have the same litmus test when it comes around to entertainment. Is it good? If it's not, go away. I don't care what the lead's gender is. I don't care what the lead's color is, what nationality they are. I don't care about any of that. Are they good at doing the role? And more importantly, are they given good material to work with? So it goes to the writers. Again, I don't care if they're, gay, lesbian, woman, man, black, white, yellow, orange, pink with purple polka dots. I don't care. I don't care. I am not going to fall into the trap of being shamed into it and do that. But I got black friends. You know what? I do, but who cares? I don't look at them that way. They're my friends.
Because they're more than just the color of their skin or their gender. That's right.
They passed the litmus test. They passed it. How often do I prop up going, I'm friends with 24/7 Fusion Media. He's a person of color, right?
Well,
No,
we've
I just
had
go,
24 on the channel.
right.
I've talked to 24. I like 24. If I didn't
Yeah.
like 24 for whatever reason, I wouldn't talk to him. I wouldn't have him on the channel. But I like the guy.
Well, I just want to say thank you, Mike. That's very, very, very kind of you, Mike. I would really like that. And now we're going to go out there and blow some shit up. I mean, I wouldn't impersonate him if I didn't like him.
You damn right. I mean, let's be honest here. 24 is a very cool dude.
Oh God, he is. All the stories he has.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you've seen his collection of comic books that he has, his movies that he has, and Cash brings it up, not all the time, but he brings it up. When he was on the Pop Talk video game stream, and he brought up the Porky's game and a few other games too. And
yeah, he did. That cracked me up. I was like, really? They made a game of that? And I look, oh my gosh, they did. And then he showed it to us.
Yeah.
And let's not forget Custer's Revenge, which we have to
Oh
see.
no, yeah, that game. Oh man, I think there's like one video of that on YouTube. I don't even know if that's considered banned or not. I guess if you
I
want to
don't
make
know.
a joke out of it, but it's really
Yeah.
stupid. Yeah, that game is so stupid.
It is.
It's so stupid.
And I know you just said this, Baron, but really, all I ask from anybody, I don't care what gender you are, what your ethnicity is, are you cool?
Yep.
Are you someone who, we can have a conversation, we could just, be sitting around BSing all day and
Yeah. I mean, and put in the terms like for DJ Ronnie G, are you turtly enough to be part of the Turtle Club?
That's
are you
right.
turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
Turtly enough for the turtle.
And Lord
DJ
says
Ronnie
every
G
time,
and his turtles. Yeah, go ahead.
every time Hollywood gaslights the fans, I roll my eyes and moved along. I got over things, other
That's
things
right.
to worry about. Yeah, we all do. It's like, oh, okay, then I
I
won't
don't
go
care.
see your movie.
Or they beg you not to see their stuff, and then they turn around and complain that you didn't see it. I don't want people like you watching my stuff or reading my stuff, and then, okay, fine, we won't. And then they go, oh, it's racist. They didn't do that. No, you told us not to because you didn't like white men and are straight people or whatever it is. You told us it's not
Right.
for us and not to read it. We don't want to. So congratulations, you did it yourself.
Well, you know,
No,
even
no, really, folks. Spock is a helicopter. You hear his rotors every time we're on stream together.
seems about right.
Yeah.
But any final words on this particular article?
Yeah. What was that lady's name again?
Jody Smith. Come on, Mike. Jody Smith Turner, I believe. Let me just double check
Yeah.
myself.
Jody Smith. Okay. Just fuck you, Jody Smith Turner. Just fuck you. And while we're at it, fuck you, Mark Hamill. Fuck you. Okay, I'm done.
He slid that in there. Just
yeah.
Look,
I'm
and
sorry,
I will always
Jody Turner Smith. I apologize.
Jody Turner Smith. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
look,
You mean
the
Turner?
reason that he says that all the time, and I want to always make this clear about that, is because of Mark Hamill cannot keep his mouth closed about things. Now he's an actor. People want to say what they want, but don't think there isn't backlash. So yeah.
Well, the big thing is,
Phil,
the big
is
thing I
this
said-
true? Is Mark Hamill a troll? You two live under the same bridge. Tell me, is it true?
Well, that's Vore that said that.
Yeah, Vore said that.
Yeah, but
he's
I'm
just
asking
saying
Phil.
because
I'm
yeah,
asking
Oh,
Phil.
Phil.
Is this true?
If he's
They
here,
both
he's
live
probably-
under the same bridge.
Oh, he's probably having nap time now. But no, the reason why I started doing that was the final straw was when he was going and attacking fans, literally attacking fans for not agreeing with him politically. And it's like, fine, fuck you. And that's kept it up because I'm sorry, you don't insult half, maybe sometimes more than half, maybe less than half. It all depends on which way the pendulum swings politically. But you just don't insult such a large number of your fans like that and expect to go unscathed. You pathetic piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean that's the truth. You just don't do that stuff. Know your fan base.
Yeah,
I
if it
really
wasn't for
believe
us,
though that
you wouldn't be where you are.
Even these companies in America, some of them are going to be like, you know what, we're going to start respecting the fan base again. And I know we've talked about this before, Baron. I think it will gradually happen more and more. I really do. There's still some stuff out there where like we're going to respect the fans, even from people in America. We're going to respect them. But
it's
there
going to
needs
grow.
to be more.
It's going to grow.
Yeah,
it's going to grow. I told you, I'm still on that 5-year plan. That 5-year thing, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen so fast in some ways, but there's still going to be projects that were in the works already that they got to finish up. That were still the old crap, but I think you're going to start going out there and seeing more fan friendly, more audience friendly, more American and human friendly. And what I'm not just sitting back when I say that, I'm not saying politically. I'm just saying you're going to go to a film. You're not going to be preached about how bad the Orange Man is or how we're destroying the planet.
I don't
whatever.
want to. People are paying. I don't care what side of the aisle you are on that. You don't go to conventions. You shouldn't have to hear that nonsense from these actors. They should keep themselves quiet about these things because you don't know everybody's politics. So you'll just start upsetting people for no reason.
Right. I mean, it's
well, there's a reason it is for them because they want to enforce their politics on you. But yeah,
they want to be relevant. They want to feel relevant, and and being that Mark Hamill's biggest success post Luke Skywalker is him being behind a microphone, not in front of a camera. There's a reason why, Marky.
Yep.
We do have some sad news, especially for fans of the anime Dragon Ball Z. This article comes from CBR, and it was published 2 days ago. And Doc Harris, Dragon Ball Z narrator, has passed away at the age of 76. And this is by Ashika. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. Nivenic. Always try to name who it's by. Try my best at pronouncing the first and last name, especially if it's not what I'm used to pronouncing. Doc Harris, most famous among anime fans for his work on Dragon Ball Z as the narrator for the series' first English dub, has passed away at age 76. Via broadcast dialogue, popular voice actor and radio personality Doc Harris passed away on Saturday, October 5th of this year, following a reported minor surgery last month. Harris was known to many as a popular Canadian broadcaster, while older anime fans will know him as the narrator of Ocean Productions' English dubbed version of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, including multiple of its movies. And of course, this is the Instagram, and this is him now. At least it was him. And I'll post the link so you all can read that. But it says Harris was known for his silky and deep voice, able to pull in viewers with his depth information. His credits include Barbie and The Rockers, Out of This World, Camp Candy, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and Dragon Ball Z, all of which he shared alongside his longtime friend and colleague, Ian James Corlett. Corlett, who voiced Goku in Ocean's Dub, released a touching tribute yesterday on Instagram, describing Harris as living and breathing music and having a keen eye for movies, as well as crediting him as a huge force in his career. He was one of a kind. This summer, when we were back in Vancouver, I must have said, I must see Doc this trip. I owe him so much. Well, at least a lunch. And now it's too late. Sorry, Doc. I owe you one. Actually, I owe you 100 lunches. Rest in peace, Doc. He said in his first of two posts, later adding, Doc was so gracious of spirit to help out a young gun like me, a guy with essentially little to no experience. He ended, rest in peace, Doc. You're number one in my heart. Rest in peace, Doc Harris. Our condolences go out to not only Doc Harris's family and friends, but also to those fans of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z who loved hearing his narrations.
He looks like he might have been a fun guy to hang out with back in the day.
Yeah, definitely.
And then he got that perfect curmudgeon look for that photo. This guy sounds like, yeah, I know. I don't know. I guess, am I wrong in thinking that's way too young?
It is.
Like, at least 10 more years.
Mhm.
I think this guy would have been great to sit down and just talk to about. Well,
But we just
for me,
don't
I'd be
know
talking
what,
about broadcasting.
health problems he has. We, of course, don't know if he
Right.
smoked or whatever. I mean, all that can
But it could have
be a
also been
factor. Right.
then the fact that, yes, he did have the surgery, but it could still be natural causes.
It could
Right.
also be natural causes, yes.
Yeah, sometimes the anesthetic can mess with you and other things. So, I mean, that's how Joan was under,
Anesthesia.
yeah, under surgery. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, unless for the average age for a male is usually what, 78 or something. It had gone down, or 72, something like that. That average male can pass away, because usually women live longer than men. I don't know. I guess it also depends on the situation, but yeah.
And you want to know why, Cash? Men want to. But no, I mean, it's sad to see, again, more and more of our youth and
Voices of our
things are-
youth, people
yeah,
who we would see on the big and small screen
yeah.
passing away this year.
This is a bad year for us, folks. Bad year.
Yeah.
Appreciate who we still got left. Appreciate their work, what they're doing, because it's just. I mean, it's just horrifying. The Star Wars family is down so much now.
Yes. Well,
especially
anime has
the
been
past
losing
couple years.
people too, besides this
Yeah,
man.
anime.
So,
Mhm.
yes.
And yeah, I mean, we lost the show a couple years ago, but I mean, how soon until we lose the last three? I mean, and
Yeah.
there goes another era of our
Entertainment.
Yes.
entertainment, childhood, science fiction, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, just take a look at that picture of him in front of the microphone like that. It's like, oh, this guy's got stories. This guy's got stories.
I bet you and him could have traded stories about doing the radio.
Well, he could have more stories than me. I'd be more awestruck and just sitting there with my mouth agape. It's like, But yeah, there's a few things, and I'm sure some would cross the same boundaries because I'm sure every DJ did that. Sorry, radio announcer. I forgot they didn't like me calling myself a DJ. People. I only said people, Cash. I didn't say these people.
It's amazing how common that is. Yeah.
I'm going to task you, Cash, with reading the next story.
Oh boy.
Oh my.
Oh
Get ready,
yes,
folks.
Nintendo.
This is a make and break. Make and break here, baby.
Sure.
Shake and bake.
I don't know that this is going to make him break.
I'm leaning more for.
I'm trying to keep him calm and cool and collective. You know how hard that is.
Oh right. Shut up, Mike.
Cash, calm, cool, and collective. You mean this guy?
You know what really grinds my gears?
No, that's been Baron recently.
That's
man.
Cash. That's Cash.
That's been Baron recently.
No, it hasn't been me. Come on, man.
Okay, so
Cash.
Take it easy, man.
I'm perfectly calm, dude. Calmer than you are.
You just take it easy. Calmer than you are.
Stop low blow.
All right.
Cash, can you read?
Yep, I'm ready. Are we ready?
Ooh.
Excuse me, Mike?
I am reading what Spock said with the low blow.
Yeah,
look at the screen, Cash, before you come and attack me.
I will.
Otherwise, you come and attack me, Cash.
One shall stand, one shall fall. Why throw away your life so recklessly?
Come on, man. Don't shoot the messenger.
Okay.
But that would explain why we do so bad in the gaming streams. You don't read what's going on.
We're doing fine. Okay, so we've got an article from Bound in the Comics, and it's from Nikola Pajic. Yes. Pajic, I think.
Pajic?
Pajic, yeah. Nintendo files patents for VR headset, sparking speculation Switch 2 could go hands-free. Ooh. Okay. So, yeah.
That's all we need. Cash with a VR headset bumping into things.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Can you imagine them on stream with the VR headset on?
They have to test this. Well, Spock's got his Meta 3 one, so the one that they did for Facebook. So that looks pretty cool. He did say it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, though. But yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't have one. So
it's real good to see Redstone over on Rumble. And
hey, buddy, what's up, man?
Yay!
I want to thank Jimmy the Box 01 for following the Rumble channel as well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Phil, what did I tell you, man? Go under your bridge, dude. Okay, leave the three of us alone and go under your bridge.
He would, but Biden, I think, took it over right now.
Oh, okay.
He's back up in Delaware right now. So
I see. That's true.
And I also want to thank Darth Atroxa for following the YouTube channel. Thank you very much.
awesome. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
And again, welcome to the Madhouse.
That's right.
All right, Kurt Vonnegut Jr. had the Monkey House.
Yep. The anticipation for the official Nintendo Switch 2 reveal is at an all-time high. However, surprising rumors and leaks are running wild across the internet. Bounding the Comics, Cinder broke down some of the rumors that suggest Nintendo might be working on a new virtual reality and augmented reality device, rather than or in addition to a direct successor to the Switch. Okay, well, that's
all right.
That's pretty cool. All right. The rumored device is a standalone virtual reality device, something Nintendo has yet to step into. While the details are limited, speculations are running wild, sparking interest among Nintendo fans. Particularly because, as we all know, they have to say that, as we all know, whatever. Nintendo likes to break away from the pact and do their own thing. Well, if my dad was reading this and he was a professor for many years, Bear, and he would say, why does he have to say, as we all know? You know. But anyways, what could they have in mind for a unique take on VR/AR? Virtual reality in gaming is certainly burgeoning, I think, with Sony and other tech companies having a fair share of the market. It seems now that Nintendo wants a piece of the pie. The Japanese tech giant recently filed a patent for a homegrown VR headset. There are indications that the possible headset will be a mix of virtual and augmented reality, while also pushing the limits further, as Nintendo patent suggests that a device will be able to maintain certain display elements within your field of view, even as you move your head. Now he has to say moreover. Okay. Moreover, leaks suggest implementing advanced tracking technology similar to the HTC Vive. This is a motion capture device that is capable of sensing objects around the device. When this is added to a VR headset, it will certainly enhance the overall experience. One of the most interesting features of the patent is that the headset appears to have its own CPU and GPU. This means it can work on its own without requiring a constant connection to a gaming console like Nintendo Switch or Switch 2.
And before you continue, Cash, I just want to welcome back Leia Rose.
Welcome back.
Oh, welcome. I guess we did scare her away.
Yeah, I agree. Whoever made this article used ChatGPT. I think it's possible.
Oh, I'm not denying it.
That's hilarious, Sip. Some of this stuff is just okay. So that said, it's no surprise that Nintendo is moving towards virtual reality headsets. One of their own creations can be another industry changer. Playing Mario Party, Super Smash Bros., or some other party games, players could interact with each other and the game world fully immersed. With a number of family-friendly IPs under their belt, Nintendo could bring a slew of noteworthy titles to your living room with a potential virtual headset. Okay, so it continues on. The Japanese video game giant hasn't confirmed anything on the matter, but all leaks point out that the company is interested in the market. In addition to a VR headset, Nintendo has plenty more in store than the rumored Switch 2. Speaking of which, back in 2017, Nintendo had another interesting patent. The patent includes linked screens, but that has yet to see the light of day. Nevertheless, the unique system would allow multiple Nintendo Switch consoles to be connected, creating a larger screen for multiplayer games. Moreover again, fucking hell, players will be able to extend the additional screen to any side they want by pointing the finger thanks to the tracking sensor within the screen. Maybe it's time for the patent to enter production with the release of Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, okay. And
watch where you point that.
Oh, good. Furthermore, leaks are suggesting Nintendo has a touchscreen controller that is yet to enter production. The first patent for such controller was filed back in 2015 before Nintendo Switch was released. The new controller by Nintendo is oval shaped and has a touchscreen display, haptic feedback, and even a voice recognition option. While the technology was far behind when the patent was first filed, the advancement since then is immeasurable. Excuse me. The new potential touchscreen controller would be a fantastic addition to the already existing Switch or the upcoming Switch 2, which I think the name Switch 2 is actually pretty good. Players will be able to map controllers to their own liking while titillating, and moving the controller up or down will result in the same in-game motion. Furthermore, for fuck's sakes, dude, players will be able to talk with the controller thanks to the audio AI integration, which will be able to remind players.
Wait a minute. I thought Nintendo said they weren't going to use AI.
Yeah, they did.
I thought they were
talk about
against it.
that. They did talk about that. So, yeah, I guess they're going to use a little bit. I don't. They said that. Okay. Which will be able to remind players of the selected control buttons. And let's be honest, a controller with a few buttons but a touch screen adds to the notion that gameplay might be more oriented around a VR headset than a controller. Watch Cinder break down the news. If any of these developments are true, Nintendo will once again start a gaming revolution once these patents are out. All these devices, while similar to the competition, are unique in their own design. These will counter Meta, Sony, and Apple, among other tech giants that have already used the super factor but to mediocre results. At current, all of their devices are struggling with their sales numbers. Here, how many times do they have to say in the article, furthermore, moreover?
This sounds like something you would write to try and impress your dad, Cash. See, I can use big words.
Right.
I can use furthermore.
It's silly, man. It's absolutely silly because I don't.
Cash's brain is kind of imploding right now.
He's broken.
It's just they
broke
keep
him,
using the same words in some of the same paragraphs. Like, what are we doing? So that's why it does sound like ChatGPT. Moreover, furthermore.
Well, furthermore, Cash.
And again. What have we been talking about these last couple of episodes on Pop Talk? With these articles. Exactly.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder.
No, I'm convinced. I don't even wonder no more. I'm absolutely convinced.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. Sorry, I am. Yeah, put the tinfoil on my head. I believe. I'm like Alex Jones. They're putting chemicals in the water that make the freaking going gay.
Run Avatar, Baron.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I have that one? Just a second. Thanks for pointing that out to me. And okay, there we go. The chemicals in the water. What?
There you go.
Okay,
right. And excuse me for that word, burgeoning. There we go. Anyways.
Burgeoning. Yes. Okay. Okay, my turn now. Okay.
Yes,
the chemicals in the water are turning the freaking going gay.
Oh my gosh.
And Red Snob says Ready Player One also says I already have 2 broken Oculus Rifts that I have never really used. The interesting development is the powered internet connected contact lenses. And then Red also adds, not sure about VR, though, as a large percent of users will get motion sickness while playing. I know I did, and would be nauseous for almost an hour after only 20 minutes of play. The use of AI will almost be mandatory for many development companies or will be left behind. As sad as that may be, true. The more we depend on AI, the less independent we'll be when it comes to non-AI systems.
Well, Yeah, and of course their attitude by it is, well, AI is quicker and faster, but does that mean better?
Not necessarily.
Most of the time is no. Yeah, exactly. I mean, humans screw up, but you realize humans invented AI, so AI has a double factor of screwing up.
Participation trophy winner again. Yeah, that's why I agree with Spock and other people that it just feels like freaking AI. It's just the way it's written. It's like, I don't know. Furthermore,
Well, see, Cash is taking it personal because he is an AI. So
sure, yes, we're working on Skynet right now.
By the way, Cash, have you received your latest patch update?
Let me check. I don't think
That's
so.
a no.
Yeah, kill all humans.
Yeah, I want Nintendo to knock this out of the park, but of course they've been doing stuff and giving headaches to consumers lately with some of the bullshit they've been doing and the suing and stuff. And I don't even think
not,
even
not
with
only
their,
that, the way they're cracking down on people who are streaming any of their games, especially if they're emulated.
right. Which and that's why I said I'm like I don't think there's going to be a problem with people if they want to right now stream Splatoon 3. It has nothing to do with emulation, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Well, see,
and
I
if it
love that
is,
about.
then yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can
Go ahead.
finish. Okay.
No, go ahead.
That's what I know. I love that about the emulation of games that are no longer available.
Yeah.
They're out of print. They're not. I mean, you can go to like a used game store or something like that to get it. But other than that, the games are no longer out there. So we fans do the emulators sometime, and then the people that worked on these start screaming, "You're stealing money out of my kids' mouths." It's like, no, actually, your publisher is. They should make these available again. Obviously, can't you see? There is an interest, and you're not providing that interest. And that's the reason why you're not getting money. Yeah. And people are doing this for generally free.
Yeah, they want to keep this alive. And so it's like, Nintendo, what are you doing? Look, do you want to be better than Sony and Microsoft on certain things? Do you not want to do this? But I do agree with people like who brought this up recently to me? Oh, Angry Canadian. And he says, I think it's because people were using the emulation of Ryujinx on stream, and that was not smart. I think that was going on. And that's not smart because people are still, Nintendo is still selling the console. So why would you on stream play a Switch game, a ROM from Ryujinx or Yuzu, and think you can just get away with that? Like, that's not very smart. I'm not saying Nintendo isn't to blame for some of the crap that they do. Them going after Pal World is not the smartest idea. But even with their powerful lawyers, I don't think that they're going to win that case, actually. But who knows?
Probably not. The sympathy for a lot of corporations are.
I agree with that too, Spock. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, but you're talking about games that are still available, and yes. Slam down on them.
And I think, and I brought that up because I feel like Angry Canadian made a very good point about that. Yes, I think that is a problem.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have been doing that, and just doing it brazenly, saying, "Oh, we don't care. You can't stop us." It's like,
yeah. But the thing is, some of these are saying about games that are no longer in print are available out there, and the only way you can play these games is either you have them or you go emulate them.
Right.
And it's like, no.
I mean, let's face it. When you pay for Nintendo's service that allows you to play different games from different eras online for over a year, if you choose to go with that plan or you do the monthly, whatever, you're playing an emulated version of that game. You're not actually playing the game itself. It has to download the ROM so you can play it.
That's funny, Pat. I want to be. Yeah, it's ridiculous, but it's just like, what are we going to do if the actual company is not going to preserve the ROMs and they want to take action against other people who are doing it? Then they need to do it themselves. I mean, they still do not have GameCube games yet on Nintendo Online. They need to add those. I really don't understand still why they put Sega Genesis games in there instead of GameCube games. GameCube games should have been there before, but it's whatever.
All of them, because people
Yes.
like the old games.
Yes.
But you know what? I think they feel threatened. That
Exactly,
you like the
man.
old games
That's
more
right,
than
Spock. That's
the
right.
new stuff coming.
Yes. That's one of the reasons I would always tell people. It's like, you want more options, you go with the PC. Yes, you're going to spend a good chunk of money, but you're going to get a lot of options. But just the brazen attitudes of some people, and then Nintendo's like, okay, we don't like you playing our games on stream that you didn't pay for, so now here comes the hammer. And I'm sure with Ryujinx, they said, here's a lot of money, dude. Yeah, and it would be hard not to turn down that money, unfortunately. It really would. Here's a lot of money.
Even with legitimate games that you own. Like I have Metroid Prime Remastered. It's making me think, should I continue streaming that game at some point? Or am I going to get the hammer of Nintendo? Is Mario going to come after me like he did in Donkey Kong and hit me on the head?
Right. Exactly. It's crazy. So who's going to preserve this stuff? Now, thank goodness Internet Archive does preserve a lot of things, but still, it's like they take stuff down from Vim's Lair. They take stuff down. Other people have already talked about this on stream. They took it down a few months ago. It's been at least a few months, and it's like, well, what are we doing? Like, are you going to bring these games back? Are you going to bring them back at a reasonable price? Is GameStop going to actually bring games back as a reasonable price? They seem pretty reasonable. And if that's the move that they want to make and go in more retro, fine. People should be able to buy this stuff physical. And if you can't, you know who can help you out? eBay. Not that they're perfect, and there can be problems, especially some scams here and there, but still, you're probably going to get the product that you ordered. That's all people should want. Get the quality product that you ordered. Yeah.
I personally have had no problem with eBay myself. Every time, but I'm not a big buyer off of there.
Very
and of
true,
course,
man.
you go through with
that's good. Yeah, me either. Yeah,
with the scores and such like that. But I got those trusted vendors out there. I know I can go to.
Yeah, 98% trust or whatever. They usually come through. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's always going to be some pissant out there,
Yes.
Well, people aren't pissant about this game. People love this game.
What game is that?
It was on sale on Steam on Monday.
It was?
Yes. Alien Isolation sequel is in early development.
I found this article.
Director confirmed.
Sweet. Yep.
Well, you found it, and I was working on setting up today's stream, so I said, all right, yoink.
I think we could probably use a sequel to this game. I mean, the first one is very good. I would look at everyone at IGN who's like has still a problem with this game. It's like, come on, guys, what is too hard for you? What is it? Yeah.
Well, Mike is the face hugger king in this game, so I'm sure he's.
I haven't been caught.
I agree, Spock.
yet, but I'm still in the early stages of the game, so
it'll happen.
Yeah, I know. I do plan to stream it at some point.
Oh, cool.
But I want to play it off, like get the feel for it.
He wants to get more of a feel for it. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, he wants to do the easy mode now and learn the trick.
No, Baron. No. Just no. Just no. I said earlier you were behaving. Now I don't know.
He was, and then he's like, "See, Spock, you were right. See, you can't do this, and you can't do that." Yeah, it's like, here we go again.
Like,
dang it, Baron.
I'm going to poke Mike again.
I'm going to poke Cash. Yes,
anybody. Well,
then he goes, "I didn't do it."
Oh, please!
It doesn't
You
matter
hear that, Cash? I didn't poke anybody.
I'm not poking anybody. I didn't do it.
Patting his
eyes.
I'm
sweet, nice, and innocent over here.
Man.
I call bullshit.
And you didn't press the button? Oh,
I said it myself.
At least I feel like
Oh.
these articles from WCCF Tech, I don't think are actually written by Chat GPT. At least the way
I
they
hope not.
write. So I hope not, but
Yeah, it's probably another source.
could be,
This
yes.
is by Francesco Di Mio, and it was posted on Monday.
Monday.
And it says an Alien Isolation sequel is currently in early development. The original game's creative director confirmed today. To celebrate the 10th anniversary of one of the best games inspired by the long running franchise, Alien Isolation creative director Al Hope shared a new message that is, on social media talking about Creative Assembly's desire to create a news story that would capture the atmosphere and terror of the original 1979 movie, while thanking players for their continued support since the game's release back in 2014. At the end of the message, which can be read in full below, Hope confirmed that a sequel is in early development and more information on this game will be revealed when the team is ready to talk more about it. Well.
Kind of like Cash's upgrade.
I don't know. I have only started playing the first game. I could already see why people like it. I'm thinking, come
Really
on.
good game. Yeah.
Come on. I want to meet a xenomorph and try to hide and not get killed. And
Well, it's something, you know. You just that xenomorph, especially when it comes down, boom, 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 it starts making all this noise. You're like, oh crap! All right, where's the vent? I need to hide for a while. But one
where's
of the
the
worst.
locker? I need to hide.
Yep, I'll be okay. All right, I think they're gone. And then of course there's some part. Well, I don't want to spoil anything for you. I don't know how.
Oh, don't worry. I'll probably
Okay.
come out of a vent or a locker at some point, and
Yes.
it'll be right there.
Oh yeah. Close to the end of the game, I'm not going to really spoil anything, but you have to be very careful because my gosh, dude, I think at the end when I finished that game a number of years ago, the xenomorph came out. It's like, hi, how's it going? He's like, oh fuck, not again. It's like you kind of feel like I got to get through this. Oh shit, this is not a good idea. Yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my
Have
darling.
you
Hello, my
gotten
eggplant
to
gal.
I'm sure you've gotten to the Andors, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I hate those things, man. When you look at them too long, they start choking you. It's horrible.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, if you want to hear me scream at some point, you're gonna hear me scream at some point in that game. Going, oh shit!
Yep, those things are annoying. I remember I was hiding under a table so they wouldn't see me. I hate those things.
Kind of like you do before the show.
That's right. I hide from Baron. He's very scary sometimes.
I don't blame you. I thought it was Phil.
This is from Al Hope, who said to our fans around the world, it's hard to believe it has been 10 years since we embarked on our journey with the release of Alien Isolation. When we started developing Alien Isolation, we had one guiding principle: to create a truly authentic experience that went back to the roots of the Alien franchise. A new story capturing the atmosphere and terror of the original 1979 movie masterpiece. It's been nothing short of an incredible to witness your passion for the game over the years and see it reach so many players around the world. Your boundless enthusiasm, excitement, screams, and steely courage in the face of cinema's greatest killer have been profoundly rewarding. Whether you're a nightmare mode veteran or stepping into Amanda Ripley's shoes for that thrilling first attempt, good luck. Thanks, Al. Appreciate it. We wanted to express our deep gratitude. It was a dream project brought to life by a brilliant team, and the reception you have given it over the years is extraordinary. On the 10th anniversary, it seems it seems only fitting to let you know that we have heard your distress calls loud and clear. Today, I am delighted to confirm, on behalf of the team, that a sequel to Alien Isolation is in early development. We look forward to sharing more details with you when we're ready. Once again, thank you. Until next time, Al Hope, Creative Director, Alien Isolation.
Now, you're playing a female character in this game. I take that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, she's
Yeah.
the daughter
Why?
of
Daughter
Ellen
of
Ripley.
Ripley. Mhm. Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Because we're not supposed to like female protagonists.
And she is an
Especially 10
absolute
years ago.
badass in this game, Baron. Absolute badass.
Well, that's good to hear.
She gets scared when she needs to get scared. She also is like, I have to do what must be done. Yeah, she has many different layers. Mhm. Yep, Amanda Ripley, yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
she's
mean,
a freaking badass, dude. Yes.
well, I mean, if they keep it to again, they're talking about how they want to not the DEI, but how they want to keep the experience of the original in the movie. That's
Yep.
good and refreshing to hear, not the check marks.
Yep. And Baron,
We're making
besides
this for,
the
Mhm.
go ahead. Yep.
we're making this for a modern audience and making sure that we have people represented in this game. No, it's like we're going to do what the game is about.
That's right.
The xenomorph doesn't care about your DEI. The xenomorph is going to kill you either way.
She's the yes, I believe she will kill you. Yes, she does. And to
You believe she will? Oh, she definitely will.
I was going to say, what the heck?
Sometimes
was that cast?
sometimes of course you can, you get lucky and hide. And then I remember sometimes when she's right by the locker, because I'm guessing this is the queen. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking this is definitely a queen. And she's very upset. But so it's funny though when she walks by the lockers and then you actually hear Amanda Ripley's. It's like she is so scared. I love that. Yeah. Because you know how close that xenomorph is to you. And then also, Baron, not only do you have to deal with that and the androids, you also have to deal with humans in this game too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten shot by them a couple of times.
Yes.
Well, those ungrateful pieces of sack of shit.
Yes.
Baron, in this story, they don't like anybody they don't recognize.
Mm.
Even if they do recognize you, they want to kill one guy.
Well, that's my town. Okay, I'm familiar with that.
Yep. And of course the alien will come down, and also I think they will start killing the humans too. So it's this game is not of course. I remember one time I was in a hall and right across the hall was a xenomorph, and I'm like, my gosh, how did I get through that? How did that thing not see me? Because it of course jumps off from out from the vents, because it's all around. So you could be in the air ducts or other places, and you're like, oh crap. Yeah.
They need to have a bogey roll on
when I get to that part, I'm gonna be like, move, go.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, you know what they need to do? They need to do a little bogey thing on there. Low randomizer where there's a chance that you're trying to hide, but you sneeze.
I'm sure for
you sneeze, or you make a hiccup sound, or even pass a toot, and get the alien's attention while you're hiding. Wouldn't that? No, I'm serious about that. Wouldn't something like that be a real, adding an excitement to the game where you're trying hard to, but trying to stop a sneeze, sometimes it's impossible.
And Red over on Rumble says the DLC for Alien Isolation is really great too. You can play as Ripley or Parker on the Nostromo with the DLC. They also announced a release of the game soundtrack on vinyl and actually cassette. You should see the graphics.
They're going old school big time.
Don't know if I actually bought the DLC. I'm going to check.
You got cash scrambling now, folks.
And the last part of this article says, following its original release in 2014, Alien Isolation was ported first to Nintendo Switch in 2019 and to mobile devices in 2021. Despite the technical limitations of the Nintendo console, the port turned out great, giving more players the chance to experience one of the best games based on the franchise ever made, as we highlighted in our review. I can go ahead and post the link to the review if anybody wants to read their review for any reason whatsoever.
You and Cash did a good job of it.
All right, let me post it over on the Rumble side.
Hey, Rumblers, we love you.
And it says Alien Isolation is an essential horror game, and the Nintendo Switch version might even be the very best place to play it, as long as you can ignore the caveats mentioned above, with excellent picture and audio quality, thick atmosphere, and a beautiful aesthetic. It's one of the most interesting licensed games ever released, and a great stealth horror title to enjoy. Yeah, I've had to use stealth quite a bit.
Yes.
That must have been hard for you. Really hard for you. You know, you need to get this game where you're comfortable with it, and you got to play this before the end of the month. Because, you know, it's Halloween month.
That's why I'm trying to finish Batman Arkham Knight, and, you know, I'm going to be playing Contra Operation Galuga tomorrow, so I'm trying to get one of those two games, if not both, finished before the month is out, so I can start playing it.
Will Cash join you for tomorrow's game?
I don't know, man. The last time I had this guy named Cash Money 007 join me as part of the Contra Force, you know, battling aliens who were trying to take over the world, man. He built on me, man.
You mean
the battle, man? And he totally bailed on me, man. He said he had to go to Norway or something. But you want to know something else? Norway signed a pact with these aliens, man. A non-aggression pact. So they're in cahoots with these aliens, man. And Cash went to Norway. He's a traitor, man. He's a deserter.
So
he went AWOL, man. And you know what I heard, man? Sometime in the future, there's going to be these two admirals. You know, they're going to be in Cardassian territory, and this descendant of Cash Money, man. He's gonna leave them behind because, you know, Admiral Barron's going to be under attack by the Cardassians, and there's only one guy that went to help him out. Everybody else just stayed there, and, you know, they all abandoned him, man. Really, yeah. I think there was a guy named Spock there too that looked at Cash. Cash looked at him and said, "Okay, we got rid of those two guys. Let's go Rambo it."
So you're talking about Cash, Stolen Valor, leave everyone behind, Monet. Is that
007? Don't forget the 007 part, man, because he abandoned me in that mission, man. We were in the jungle, man. You never leave a guy alone in the jungle, man, battling aliens, especially when they're part of the Red Falcon, man.
He's not deserving of the numbers 007 for all that. Come on, man.
No way, man. He's a traitor. He's a traitor, man. He's a traitor to his unit. He's a traitor to his Starfleet uniform, man. He should resign his commission in Starfleet, man. Traitor.
That's some funny stuff.
Come on, we gotta have some laughs.
I love it.
What do you mean? I was serious.
No.
I am too, man. I'll tell you what, man. He better not be there Friday for Ghostbusters, man. Because as soon as I see him in cahoots with the ghost, I'm zapping him with my proton pack.
I told him, man, you know, the aliens, we made a pact with the Contra game, and it's yeah, we were gonna sacrifice this guy Mike and stuff. It's gonna be great. They're gonna pay me under the table.
You know what's gonna happen on Friday, Mike? He's gonna do lost internet.
I would hope not.
We're going to be in the middle of battling a ghost, man. A big, huge ghost, man. And then he's going to drop out all of a sudden.
Instead of
gotta-
Cheech and
I gotta
Chong,
go.
Mike and Cash. Hey man, I told you, man. We looked for it. We didn't find it, man. I don't know where it went, man.
You didn't look at all, man. You barely looked, man.
I tried
Yeah.
to find it, man.
Oh, the nozzle? Yeah, he will be in the middle of the game and he'll just drop off because he's got to run to Whole Food. Had a
We could be talking to him, man. Remember, we could be going, yeah, Cash Money, this is Pacific, over.
Not here, not here.
Cash Money, this is
Over,
Pacific, over.
I don't know what's going on, man.
He was just there a second ago. And then we hear him over the walkie.
Hey, man.
Hey, guys.
I'm
Yeah,
stuck at this
I had to go
man.
make a sandwich, man.
I had to have the forbidden donut, man.
I tried to get the forbidden donut for Baron, man, but I couldn't get it, man.
That's because Beard already found it, man, and he already
He
ate
found
it, man.
and he ate it. I'm like, come on, man. Why you eat it, man?
Yeah, Cash is not here, man. Cash is not here.
Neither is
no,
Dave,
it's me,
man. Neither is
Cash.
Yo,
Dave.
where's Dave, man?
Yeah, it's me, Cash. Cash is not here, man.
Yo, man, not here, bro.
No,
is
he's
a
not
Baron
here because he
though,
went
man.
equal, man. That's why he's
There's a
not there,
Baron here,
man. Hey, Baron, you can read this last article, man.
You got it, man.
Oh, come on, man. Come on,
Time to
man.
read.
I read enough. You know that. I'm the man.
I read enough.
What?
I don't want to
No,
go to
no,
the Tashi
no.
station and pick up some power converters.
Oh, do you want me to bring it up? Oh, you brought it up. I was going to say.
I brought it up. You read, I'll scroll.
Okay. He's a scroller, folks. So we got this article from Superhero Hype. That's right, Superhero Hype.
It's not just hype, it's superhero hype.
Thank you for that, Mike. Beautiful. It's by Lee Freitag. Freitag? I don't know.
Yeah, I think you got it right, dude.
Quit.
Careful of that last name, Abby. Don't let it turn into another Feige.
Oh
situation.
no.
Oh, you mean no?
No, don't.
No.
Hey,
Hey.
I didn't even realize that, man. I didn't even realize. I was an unwitting patsy for that. And it's like, what's going on with everybody?
I call
No,
bullshit.
I was. Hey, you know me. You know me in names. So Storm actor. I like to say actress because, be proud of your femininity. Halle Berry, recently praised filmmaker Matthew Vaughn for revealing the shady tactics used by 20th Century Fox to get her to sign for X-Men: The Last Stand. Oh, I suppose I should have read the byline. X-Men Halle Berry reacts to shady tactics behind Storm in The Last Stand return. There, we got that away. Vaughn was basically what the first line was anyway, so why? Vaughn was originally set to direct the 2006 movie X-Men: The Last Stand, but explained during a New York Comic Con panel that he departed the superhero sequel after learning how 20th Century Fox planned on getting Barry to return as Storm. He detailed how he went into one of the executive offices and I saw an X3 script, and I immediately knew it was not a lot of fatter. It was a lot fatter. I was like, what the hell is this draft? He went, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, no, man, no. I'm the director, man. I'm worrying about this draft, man. After getting his hand on the script, the filmmaker shared how this X3 draft opened with a scene he had never seen before, which was set in Africa. And saw a storm creating a thunderstorm to save a bunch of kids dying of thirst. While Vaughn liked the scene, the executive revealed that it was only there to entice Barry to sign a contract to return as Storm, telling the filmmaker that what he was reading was the Halle Berry script. And once she signs up, we'll throw it in the bin. Really? Vaughn revealed how the trickery rubbed him the wrong way, leading him to depart the movie as its director. Come on, man, you know how they work. With Brett Ratner eventually hired to replace him. I was like, well, you're going to do that to an Oscar-winning actress, and not more importantly, a Razzie-winning actress that actually showed up to accept it, man, who plays Storm? I'm out of here. So I quit at that point, recalled Vaughn in a huff. A video of Vaughn's New York City Comic-Con comments recently went viral, prompting a reaction from Barry, who shared the resurfaced clip on her X account, our Twitter, our Twix, whatever you want to call it. Ya just never know the shady shit going on behind your back. Thank you, Matthew Vaughn, for bringing the dark to light. Okay. Check out the video of Barry and the reaction below. Okay, I'll click it. No, I'm kidding. Is Halle Berry done playing Storm? Following her appearance in all 3 installments of the original X-Men trilogy, Barry has only reprised the role of weather-controlling mutant Orono Monroe, also known as Storm, for one further movie, 2014's X-Men Days of Future Past. While there were rumors that the actress might appear in Deadpool and Wolverine, Storm never ended up appearing in the Marvel Studios' savior of Disney's Marvel movie.
It's not the savior, Baron.
In August 2024, Barry revealed that she was never officially asked to return as Storm. Although Ryan Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively, had asked her if she would be interested in being in the movie. Yeah, if he asked me, but he never did. The bastard, Barry explained. However, Barry could still return as the fan favorite mutant in the upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe movie Avengers Secret Wars, which is heavily rumored to bring back multiple Marvel Legacy actors, including Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Yeah, we're surprised. When asked in September of 2024, that was last month, folks, in case you didn't know. He obviously didn't know if you knew. If she'd be open to returning as Storm for Secret Wars, Barry said, perhaps, you never know. We'll just find out. Fingers crossed. All 4 X-Men movies featuring Barry as Storm are available to stream on Disney+.
They're also available on my DVD shelf. So, yeah, I don't have to worry about Disney+.
Oh. Okay, that's impressive. Okay, good for you. Yeah.
Most impressive.
Yeah, the Russo brothers are, of course, supposed to do 2 films, and that's, of course, one of them, Avengers Secret War.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, any thoughts on that article? I know it's
what, first time? I mean, they do that all the time, folks. They do that shit all the time. They'll even film the scene, wasting money with the intention of throwing it away. So,
yeah, it's been happening in Hollywood for years.
Mm-hmm.
And shady tactics like that have been happening in Hollywood for years. Despite what they try to claim, Hollywood's shady.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they are. No doubt about that.
Look at Cash.
I'm not part of that crowd, dang it.
You went to school for it. You're part of it. You learned Shady 101. Harvey Weinstein actually came in and taught for one day.
God, no.
What are you to do it?
And on that note, seeing as our time has come to an end,
it has. Behave
Cash
yourself,
Money
Baron.
and their Norman Tag. What are you 2 scallywags doing tomorrow?
You go first, Baron.
No, both of you, both of you, both of you.
All
Both of
right,
you.
Both of us,
fine.
Cash.
All
Well,
right.
I actually am a little confused. I think Jace will be back.
Yeah, I
tomorrow.
think
He
Jay
got
said.
his-
Yeah, I think he said he got his keyboard, so I think he's going to be back.
He
He's-
said he's
I
happy
know.
because he was afraid. He was
He was
very
afraid. Yeah, he was scared.
Yeah, he's seen what you two have done when you've taken over.
Well, he
Popcorn.
was going to worry that we were going to do a whole stream called Jace's and Ortega Simp, but I think he's worried
Yeah,
about
the
that.
Simpcast. We're going to call it the Simpcast.
Yep. Simpcast, yes.
But what we're going to be doing tomorrow, though, instead of actually hosting the show, we will be, of course, co-hosts. As Jace Fox has a new keyboard after that tragic accident, and that is at Jace Hall's 540 studio. Did I say Hall? Jace Fox. I'm thinking of the other guy, Jace Hall. Remember him? But Jace Fox, 540 studio for the Beyond, and that's anywhere between 6 and 6:30 Central Standard Time, whenever the Norwegian decides to press the button. And with that, of course, it's Jace Fox. Hopefully, it sounds like Prismatics might be there.
He might, yeah.
He might, yeah. And of course, we have, of course, Guilty Cajun, Whoopa Troopa, and Hoshi. Whether it might show up, we don't know. It's always a gamble. Always a gamble. Always interesting. So please join us tomorrow on Jace Hall's 540 studio. I'm doing it again. Jace Fox's 540 studio.
Jace Hall's 540 studio. Yeah.
The Jace Hall show was absolutely hysterical. And they had Gary Graham, Sykes.
Mm-hmm.
From Gary Graham. They had him on there as the smoking jacket guy. Absolutely hysterical. And since I'm still talking, I'm just going to follow through and say on Monday at 5:00, a release of Border Patrol on why am I having such problems? On Baron Norman Tag's Fandom Legacy. That's right. My channel actually is getting content put on there finally, and that's going to be Border Patrol the third part. Do it so in the training on there. I think I finally adjusted the volumes just right. So I ask you to please come over, join me. I won't be playing it. It's going to be released at 5:00. So anytime after 5:00, it'll be there for you to peruse. And let's see. I'll do this for Cash. I know he wants me to do it. Tuesday, Rumble only exclusive series because we're snooty. It is the Cranky Old Fans broadcast on Cash Money Madness channel. That's right, Cash Money Madness. We'll be tackling two subjects. That's normally what we do. Please, it's not doing talking about topical things of today. Pulling things out of articles like we normally do on other shows. We're just going to hit a topic and have our discussions on it, and it can go outside of science fiction and fantasy too. Just to let you know. So we try to keep it interesting. We try to keep it good. Join us, Cash Money Madness. That is 10:00 Pacific Daylight Time, 8:00 Central Daylight Time. Where? Cash Money Madness, Rumble channel.
Wait.
Be there.
Wait, don't you mean 8:00 Pacific Time?
Yeah.
10:00 Central Time?
Yeah, what I said. Exactly. It's exactly what I said. I don't know what's happening. My brain has went into a major fart mode for some reason. I don't know. Help me, please.
I've tried to help you.
Thank you. It's greatly. So yeah, 8:00 Pacific Standard Time or Daylight Time, 10:00 Pacific Central Daylight Time. You know what I'm saying? Just be there, okay? Back to you, Mike.
Thank you for all that. Water.
It's the chemicals in the water.
The chemicals in the Minnesota water are screwing up Bear's brain.
They are.
Yeah, the chemicals in the water are turning me walls.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
boy.
But anyway.
Yes.
For tomorrow on the Pacific Forum for YouTube and the Pacific Forum for Rumble channel, I will be playing more of Contra Operation Galuga, where I'm sure that Cash Money Guy's gonna show up again, man.
I'll be there, man.
He's
And
like
then
gonna
after-
abandon me again
and then,
after 40 minutes because
Yeah.
40 minutes is too rough
40
for
minutes,
him,
man. I mean, I could ditch the other thing, but I don't think people would be too happy about it.
Yes, I wouldn't.
I'm sure if you sent Jason a message, say, is it okay if I show up just maybe a few minutes late? Get a permission slip.
Yeah.
He's your parent. He's like your parent, man.
He's like my parent, man. Yeah. Yeah. You finish your plugging, man. Then I'll plug the rest of the stuff, man. Go ahead, bro.
But
so you call Jason Daddy?
No. It's disturbing.
I just want to make sure.
But anyways, more Contra Operation Galuga starting at 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow on both the YouTube and Rumble channels, and then Sunday for Pop Talk we're gonna have a double feature watch party, and the first one I'm sure Baron's gonna jump in as soon as I play the music. But the first movie we'll be watching for Sunday's watch party on both the YouTube and Rumble channel, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, will be Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein. Frankenstein! It's Frankenstein, which stars Gene Wilder, the late Gene Wilder, and of
Great
course
actor.
Cloris Leachman and Madeline
Another great
Kahn.
actor.
Woof. Oh, yeah. And Terry Garr.
Oh, Terry Garr, yes. Peter Boyle.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah,
He is
Peter
cameo.
Boyle.
another great actor. Yeah.
Peter Boyle as the creature, just like Baron's the creature.
Yeah, he is. It's okay. It's expected.
And Gene Wilder cameo.
No. Gene Hackman cameo.
Oh, Gene Hackman. Sorry. I need help, folks. I really need help. And I'll be the first one. I have no idea. I think my brain is shutting down right now.
Okay, Baron, you know what day it is?
Strawberry.
Okay, he got that wrong. Do you know what year it is?
October.
Okay, I'm not even going to bother asking the third. We need to commit him, Cash.
So, yeah.
Our second movie of the double feature is going to be High Anxiety, which is also a Mel Brooks film, and it also features Madeline Kahn and Cloris Leachman, and many others. So it's going to be a fun watch party, and then our next watch party on the channel will actually be on October 23rd. I'm still going to get in touch with Jace to make sure he wants to make it a dual stream because we were talking about it. And the watch party for that night will be at 6 p.m. Eastern, just like tonight's show. And we'll be watching 1995's The Crow, starring Brandon Lee. I've never watched it, so this is going to be a first viewing for me. And from what I've heard and the one clip I've seen, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched the whole movie. I think I've only seen parts of it.
I'm the only one that's seen the whole movie here. Oh, cool. I'm patting myself on the back right now.
So, is there anything else you guys want to promote?
Yes. Of course, we have Ghostbusters coming up on Friday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
You could abandon us again, man.
No one's abandoning anybody.
Leave us to the ghosts.
But yeah, we're gonna. I don't know. I may on Thursday tomorrow. I may actually mess around with it. So because it's been a while since I played, or maybe we'll do some stuff earlier. But yeah, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Phantom Hooligans channel or Phantom Hooligans. Excuse me, Booligans. We'll go
Hooligans. Yeah.
we'll go with that. And yeah, so and then of course my I know it's been canceled recently, and I'm happy about that, but the Velma video will be coming out, so I'm gonna do my best not to curse. And then after that, in a few more days, there's going to be the Joker video. So yeah, it's very exciting.
He loved that movie. He was just
Oh
ranting
sure.
about it.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Raving about it to me as
It
he
was
got out of the theater.
Yeah, sure. It was great. Yeah, it was awful. But and
Lady
it
Gaga-
was really bad. Oh, she was awful.
Lady Gaga.
She was terrible in that movie. Everybody was terrible. They took every great thing about the first Joker film and they just squandered it. It's terrible. But yeah,
That's
so,
what I've
but yeah,
heard.
yep. So that's coming up. I figure I'm gonna do the Velma video because yeah, the show's over, but people need to know just don't watch this show. And if you really are curious, just try not to. Just don't watch any of it. Don't watch clips. Don't watch 10 minutes of it. This is another example that is an insult to Hanna-Barbera and Scooby-Doo. It's an insult. And now it's gone. But so I figure it was time. I saw that trailer and I was like, ugh, of that special that just came out October 3rd. So for some reason, this whole thing about how Velma, of course, died, and then they're trying to bring her back to life, and I'm just like, really? This is where we're going with this? But it's finally gone, and it should have been gone after season 1, but whatever. So, yeah.
And also one other thing too I want to promote real quick is that this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern time will be a member stream for All Stealth is Optional.
Nice.
Pacific 414 members and also Pack of 414 members. So be there if you can. If you can't, catch it on the replay. And remember, with those member streams, you decide what the topic is.
Not me. Well, I can because I'm a member.
I was going to say you're a member, Baron, so you get to decide the
Baron,
topic.
Baron, when you're done with the stream, just splash some water on your face and be like, "I'll be okay. I'll be okay."
Yeah. After the stream, I'm going to go to the loo and then sit with my wife and go, "Commit me."
But first, before we go, I want to thank everybody who popped into the chat. First, starting on the Rumble side, I want to thank Jimmy in the Box for not only watching us, but also following the Rumble channel. And I also want to thank Red Snum for joining us tonight. Appreciate it, brother. Over on the YouTube side.
Is this like the Schrodinger cat type of thing, Jimmy in the Box? Is he alive or is he dead?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, see,
just met him tonight, so we'll see.
Okay. Well, welcome to the family.
I want to thank Brandon Looney Tunes Fan 2000 over on YouTube. Also, the lovely Leia Rose, the princess of YouTube. Tim, also known as FKHC 2005. Glad to see that you got your original name back.
What?
And of course, Baron. He ran into a issue created by Google YouTube, and he couldn't use his username for a period of time. So it's kind of like when DJ posted that link and Google blocked it. And so yeah. Speaking of which, DJ Ronnie G, thank you for stopping by, brother. Also, the Paddle Wannabe. Vor, I appreciate you stopping by. I know you're on Phantom Hooligan side. Appreciate it. Low Spec Linux Gaming, formerly known as Low Spec Linux Laptop. Thank you for stopping by.
F in the chat for his laptop.
Phil McCracken, who says gobble gobble. And Lord Laloc, thank you for stopping by. Darth Atroxa, thank you for stopping by and subscribing to the channel. Welcome to Pacific 4 and 4.
You know we're doing something right if we didn't scare her away.
You're wrong. No, I'm Mike. I'm right. Rule number one: if Mike is right, yeah, Mike is always right. Rule number two: if Mike is wrong, see rule number one. And rule number three is where everybody in the chat says, "Shut up, Mike."
No, rule 3 is where everybody goes. Where did it go? Everyone goes. Where are you? God, got it. You're moving stuff again. Oh, there it is.
Well,
Now come to the
remember,
part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
There we go.
well, remember, this is our last edition of Pop Talk using StreamYard because of their nefarious practice of raising everybody's price and not
Yeah.
telling them directly.
Right. They're making it sound like there's new things available to you when they were partially right.
Mm-hmm. Your plan went from $10 to $44.99.
Yeah.
My plan went from $25 to $44.99. Cash's plan, I think he was paying for the $10 plan. Oh no, what plan were you guys on?
We were another friend of mine set up a plan. I think it was at $10. I'll have to talk to him about it, but yeah, that was the plan we were on before. Yeah.
So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because if you are using StreamYards and you haven't checked your billing, I would check your billing because you're going to be in for a shock. And also that starting on Sunday, Pop Talk's going to look a little different because we're going to be using Restream. So we're not going to have as many clips as we have here. However, the price is right.
Yeah. It's a shame. They should offer a lot of clips. Like, we live off of them.
Yeah, they should. And I tried to see if I could delete some of their, presets. No, I couldn't remove any of their videos. It's like if I could remove at least a few of these, then I could add some of the ones that we have on here. But we can't.
Well,
And
throwing back our heads and laughing, it's got to stay. It's just got to stay, man.
I'll try to make room for it.
Okay. I know you do your best, Scotty.
I always do. But Spock, thank you for that $5 super chat earlier, brother. Appreciate it, brother. Go ahead, Baron.
No. Are we done with the thankings? Or are we still going?
I am just going through real quick, just to make sure I didn't miss anybody.
Okay.
You know me, I don't like to miss anybody.
Oh, I know you don't. This is about the part where Anna Moss comes in.
Yeah, he did come in near the end of my Batman stream last night.
Yeah, and one of our Pop Talk ones too.
Yeah.
Had some flimsy excuse about work. I don't know.
And also family responsibilities, that stuff. Anonymous. Anonymous. So far, so good. I'm just double checking. Because between 3 YouTube channels, we had quite a bit of chatting.
We love the chatting. Chatting's good.
Yep. Okay. We got everybody. So thank you, everybody.
Well, I just add one quick thing before we do go. I'll be very quick here. I want everybody to think about Florida. Be ready to help out as best as you can if you want to give donations or what. They really need our help. This is a double whopper for them down there, and I don't think they can sustain themselves off of a $750 loan they have to apply for and get rejected, and probably pay interest on. So, whatever we were able to, even if it's just thoughts and prayers, because I do believe in that. I've made that known many times, and just let our fellow Americans, let's be there for them because our government's not. That's all.
Yes, we're thinking about everybody who is down in the affected areas, and we're hoping for the best. But we know the potential outcome isn't going to be a rosy one.
No, not pleasant at all.
So again, thank you all very much. Let me just get this last comment here.
Oh my God!
Have a good night, Vor. Have a good night, everybody.
Night, Vor. Talk to you
Planes
later.
are upside down, by the way. Small ones, but they're upside down.
And everybody, remember on this channel, don't ever give up on me in a game, because just when you do, you might miss something. But more importantly, pray for us all.
Yes.
Have a good night.
Amen.
Autobots, transform and roll out.